Good morning, everyone. Good morning. The horse is here, but he's currently on house arrest, so we'll get to him in a second. Hope you're all having a nice whatever it is wherever you are. But yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I know that if this is a non-Warframe stream, nobody fucking cares, but I have a new video that's gonna go up here shortly, so I was originally going to have it out probably a bit sooner, but I ended up deciding to take it back and rework some things based on a few criticisms the members had when they watched it. But that should be out soon enough. I hope you're all having a nice one. Let me know if I'm a bit quiet. That tends to happen. I'm sorry it is not Warframe Geographic, but I appreciate your commitment. You are Warframe Geographic's strongest soldier. Helldivers Geographic, where I get blown up and die. Will there be a stream in the future for Soulframe? My current plan is probably not. I haven't played it that much, and I wasn't, like, super into it or anything when I did play it. So my current stance on Soulframe is maybe, but there's no plans for it. Here, we can switch to the in-game. Let me know if, once again, if the audio is all weird, because I don't normally stream Helldivers, so I don't have, like, a stream preset or anything for it, but...
Greetings, Helldivers.
I remember fucking... We were playing with my friend Thera the other day, and Thera walked up and, like, was trying to, like, ask... Like, there was a reference he was trying to make for what my armor set looked like. I think it's, like, the Wolf's Brigade or something. But he walked up and, like, kept fucking up the reference. And then I just looked Thera dead in the eyes. Like, I turned around to look and just go, I'm a Nazi. And fucking Thera just completely lost his composure. Anyways, I just thought that shit was funny. Alright, Nitro, I forgot to release you from prison, but now you're back. But yeah, this is not the helmet I want to wear for this. You're too loud, turn off your mic? I agree. Anyhow, we'll grab a few things. I know that for those of you who actually play this game, the current major order is to take or defend Boar Rock. I don't really want to, though, so I'm going somewhere else. What do we have on the good side of the map? I don't like two of those mission types. What's the one that is here? Blitz, okay, tolerable. You sound sick, I'm just somewhat tired. Said a new video tomorrow. I know I haven't posted in a while. I think I mentioned this on the last Warframe stream, but I went on a vacation and then it took me a bit of time to sort of get back in order. Can you go to Venus? My dog's there. I don't think we can go. I think that's not how it works, unfortunately. Let me just put it that way. That's not how it works.
You got that oil money? You got that oil?
What is that supposed to mean?
You know, fuel for the fucking Super Destroyer to get to Venus and back.
I'll take the reprimand. Gas is fine if I take something else. We'll just do this. And... yeah, we'll take this. Guard dog is, in fact, my goat. I'd sacrifice my firstborn for Warframe Geographic. Yeah, you know, here's the funny thing. I think I've said this before. Warframe Geographic 2 script has actually been recorded for, like, a year now. I just haven't gotten around to making it. Like, I'll keep it 100 with you. Videos, especially ones like Warframe Geographic, take a shit ton of effort. Like, Warframe Geographic 1 was a pretty demanding video for when I had to make it. And they're, like... how do I put this? Oh, also, I forgot to credit Apit for making this live reaction. Anyways, when I made Warframe Geographic 1... 7 months? I've had the program live for that long? I mean, thank you, the Goober, but I didn't realize that this was even a thing for that long. But with Warframe Geographic, like, Warframe Geographic 1 took a lot of work, and I had to do a lot of stuff to get it working. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Sorry, I have to like the $1 because it's just funny. Hold on. There we go.
What, like $1 from the goober? From the...
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
$1.
you said you gotta go towards another fucking, I don't know, taco.
I need to find the... I need to get, like, a sound alert I can play of the Joel clip where he says $1. But, anyways, Warframe Geographic. It took a lot of effort to make, and I honestly think, like, I have considered remaking Warframe Geographic 1. So there's bad news that direction, so don't go that way. My frame rate is doing very poorly. I'm guessing OBS is, having fun with... It's weird, because you'd think that the, GPU encoding wouldn't be that bad, but I guess not today. Maybe it's...
Hand power down, spam on beloved.
Give me mod because I'm awesome. I mean, you are supposed to be one.
Gotcha. Dead on.
Oh, this is weird to play. I'm dipping below 60 FPS so frequently. I will not turn on DLSS. This game's implementation of it sucks. Keep talking about Warframe Geographic. What are you about to... Are you almost finished? Like, what do you mean? Bro's about to bust. Oh, that's two of them. Got that one. There's another one right there, though. So, like, you know.
I got him.
Well, yeah, we left him. I left him for you, just in case you wanted him.
Thank you.
Can you play as Big Boss? I mean, this is close enough. I just gotta, like, crawl around.
There's that one armor that has, like, the fucking, what's it, like, scarf thing as well, so.
I'm the most normal person in this room. I mean, that's true.
What the fuck? What'd I do?
Yeah, I'm just using the Quasar because, like, okay, look at this thing. The reprimands and accuracy. Look at where my bullets are going relative to my crosshair. I don't feel like I can accurately shoot at an engine with this thing. I mean, I guess I do have the Senator on hand, which can fucking kill Hulks for whatever reason. Was a wheelchair race uphill. It's not even that with Warframe Geographic. The problem with Warframe Geographic, is that, like, I hate to say this because it sounds shallow.
Big one.
Oh, for what? Why the fuck did you do that? This is fucking hell. There's two tanks. No, one tank. That's still on cooldown. It's a shredder. Okay, good.
Down.
So, like I said, this is going to sound kind of shallow, but ultimately a big part of why I haven't made Warframe Geographic 2 is it's going to be a ton of effort for a video I know very few people will watch. And I know that when it comes to, like, YouTube, people always say, like, yeah, well, you need to make videos for yourself first. And it's like, yeah, I agree with that. Ultimately, you should try and make a product that you would want to watch and that you're proud of. But at the same time, like, I make things on YouTube in part for me, for other people to see them. If I was to, like, if I didn't care about that, why even post them? And I feel like the reality of knowing that Warframe Geographic would be so much effort to be released to so little, reach is just a very discouraging thought. Like, Warframe Geographic made, like, my channel wasn't as big back then, but it did bum me out to be like, damn, like, I put a lot of work into this video and nothing really happened. I can finally unsubscribe. Do you own a Breaker Incendiary in real life? I'd like to. Tapato, we need to have you join when we played with Thera a couple days ago, and that was some shit. I'm just gonna shoot this guy down out of spite. There's really no reason for me to do this. I was about to say you good, but then I realized
his flames went faster.
When is Warframe Geographic 3? Yeah, this shouldn't be too hard. Funnily enough, some jokes for Warframe Geographic 3 script are also already written. What in the... Oh! I did not realize he was still here. I got him. Well, if I could stand up.
Two Hulks.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Okay, well, this is going worse than I anticipated. Hey, could you shoot that guy in the back by chance?
Ryan.
Not hard enough.
I have a constitution.
Sorry, I'm catching up a little bit. Anyways, yeah, TLDR, I don't know, too long didn't listen. Warframe Geographic 2 is something I still eventually want to do, but just I don't really have any desire to, knowing the consequence, or not consequence, rather just the circumstance of a video like that's existence. Nitro, this guy's still alive. You realize that, right?
Shot. I had to grab my spear.
Okay, there we go. Where is my... There it is. Give me that DMC5 stream. I don't even know if I have it installed still. I guess I could look. Okay, well, I had the same amount of ammo in that, so...
Really? That didn't hit?
some kind of sick joke. Like I said, like it's part of it too with Warframe Geographic is I think that the original one aged poorly. Like I know that there are people that are very fond of Warframe Geographic 1. I think it's not very good. And I do want to, like, if I was to make a sequel, I would probably also want to remake the original. Could you stop gassing?
I'm trying to kill the fabricator, but I didn't throw it in close enough.
Anyways, after the Exalted Weapon video, it's funny because that video actually had entered production. The Exalted Weapon video, I started working on it again until what I think it was the new player video interrupted that because I really wanted to make it, which ended up being the biggest mistake of my career, but that's besides the point. This is difficulty 7. I've done difficulty 10s and stuff like that, but I don't really enjoy them that much, especially with only one other person. Like with a group, they're doable,
we
but
could recruit someone, you know.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. The more people that I have, the more difficult it gets to concentrate.
Completely valid, I suppose.
Where in the fuck did you come from? Is that another tank? It is. Oh, it's a barrager. What the fuck is he shooting at? Oh, you. I was like, where the hell are his rockets going?
We need to move, baby.
What the fuck? Okay, well, that one hit me. Is that a... Oh, that's a gunship! Oh, that's 2 gunships. I was like, what knocked me down? I looked at my chat for a second.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Whoops. Well, that's...
I'll get the other one. Shot. Hit, he's down.
I mean, it's 4 other fans will watch it 7 million times. I was reading chat, and I think I stepped on a bomb. Anyways, should I pay my rent? I mean, if I feel like if it's between having a place to live and... I was going to say, revive me, please.
Yeah, pay cool kid. Cool kid.
If it's between having a place to live and buying Garuda Prime Access, I mean, you know, her armor set is pretty good.
Yeah. I need ammo, and I need one more fabricated down.
Well, my stuff is back over that way, so I'll just call it back in like the next 10 seconds. From the game, and cool, get have to guess where it is. So actually, someone suggested, I think it might have even been you, actually. The barrager's still alive? I thought this thing was dead. Okay, hold the phone, hold the phone. That bounced. That's gonna miss. Yeah, that didn't go quite where I wanted it to.
I got him.
I can probably strafing run this. Okay, that's fine too.
I could have just also left on him with a bayonet, but like, you know.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I can't kill the cannon turret though.
Zaku Prime Access.
It's coming down. It's coming down.
Fair enough, Blueprint. I honestly, like, I will say this. On the topic of Zaku Prime Access, I really hope that Lavos Prime Access contains Sepulchrum Prime. Because it will always feel weird if Trumna gets a Prime and then Sepulchrum never does.
Trumna's getting a Prime?
Yes. This was announced, a little while ago now. It's Zaku Prime Access. What? What the fuck did I hit?
Babe, is there like a wall that isn't rendering, or?
I don't know if I hit like a fence or what. It's suboptimal to have less than
so that's weird.
It is suboptimal to last for less than 7 minutes. That is true. And I like the comb. Yeah, the reason I decided to do this is the truth is, like, I'm already back in that state with Warframe of just, like, I don't feel like I have that much to do until the next expansion. I know that, like, realistically there's plenty I probably could do, but outside of working on content and doing my weeklies, I just don't have a ton of desire to just play the game right now, so I'm just doing other stuff.
Yeah.
That's 2 tanks. One's a Shredder, one's an Annihilator. It's far away enough, I think we're fine. I'm a wish for Warframe Geographic. You know, I respect it. Getting burnt out. It isn't even necessarily just like being burnt out. Like, I know that once the game gets its next update, the problem is I'm far enough in Warframe that I genuinely don't have anything to do other than shit that is boring. Like, I could continue grinding to unlock all the arcanes, but the only arcanes that I have left to unlock are the, oh dear. Are the Vox Solaris ones, and I don't really want any of them. I just kind of don't have them, and for completionism's sake want to get them. But it's really boring. Soulframe to entertain me. I've always been...
On the fabricator. Fuck yeah.
Nice. I've always been more into sci-fi than fantasy. That's kind of another reason why Soulframe is something I haven't taken a ton of interest in. Is that I've always been more into sci-fi than fantasy. You're about to get ragdolled by this.
Correct.
I saw that bot's fucking body just like comedically slide into the box there.
We gotta go, baby. We gotta go now.
Yeah, no shit. I'm making my way up there. The resupply is not back yet. Orbital Napalm Barrage is a free stratagem. I just noticed that we had it. Oops. Unfortunately, I cannot follow basic instructions because of the toroids. Yeah, the main thing is, like, oftentimes I will... How do I put this? Like, I'll go and I'll do Prophet Taker knowing I need to do her, like, 3 or 4 times, probably. And she's not even that long. Like, you can beat Prophet Taker very fast. But I just get so bored of it that I'm just like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, after the, 1 or 2 runs, I'm like, damn, this shit sucks. Never mind. And the issue, too, is, like, Exploiter I can do, but then I'll run out of Thermia eventually. And Thermia canisters are also really annoying to obtain. Exploiter also does take quite long.
Double napalm, bitches. Let's go.
My flashlight is on. Okay, there we go. Normal. Yeah, here's the thing. The Normal Isoplasts are just not nearly as efficient. Doing Prophet Taker is a much faster way.
For me.
Like, other than the fact that they're more luck dependent than the toroids. You know what? Whatever. I have this in my inventory. Might as well.
Napalm, yeah, hit it. Triple napalm death barrage.
They're much more luck dependent than the toroids and would require a lot more runs. I don't know. Like, I very much wish try playing Limbus Company. Did Idan get you in on this? Idan's entire fucking Discord server has been trying to make me play Lobotomy Corp and things like of that nature. At this point, I refuse to purely out of spite because it's funny, but you know that's my prerogative. Could you get down here sometime this year, Pelican? Bro strat, you gotta break the resupply so it doesn't sink into the floor. That missed. Oh my god, that one shot you.
I was wearing light armor.
I shot you in the leg or the arm or some shit. I assumed that you'd survive.
Armor. Grab the.
Well, that sounds like a you problem. Play Helldivers 1. I do own Helldivers 1. I don't care. And then close the camera, pretend like nothing happened. That would go crazy. I considered doing some kind of gag adjacent to that, but I don't put enough effort into my streams. Play Helldivers. You know, that's a good point. Well, you know, I was gonna work on Warframe Geographic, but like, if you say so, then I guess I'll continue playing Helldivers. Fair enough, right? Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Stream your Steam client? Like, while I'm playing a game, it's just my Steam and nothing else. You have no idea what's going on.
You just randomly get a notification that some like a slur has added you to their friends list.
Get back to work. Nope, sorry, we're locked in. We're locked in now. The main store page. I can't do the main store page. Steam legalized porn games.
That's his angle. He wants the softcore Steam page.
Real. Fuck you mean softcore? Nitro is muted for us and not for you, and then you ban us all at the end? That would be pretty funny, just the schizophrenia stream. This one has a lot of water, so we'll do this one first. That was a hell of a line to walk in on. Yeah, fair enough. Turn them off with filters. I mean, I guess I probably can. I've just never really bothered. We just watch the edges of the screen. I need to find the most suitable outfit for this upcoming endeavor. When you banning all your viewers? I should. That's a good idea. I like that suggestion.
You know, it's been a while since I've taken a mortar emplacement against bots.
I think I'll just take Exterminator. That was the wrong helmet. Alright, this is passable. When will you stream at a reasonable time? That's a good question. Maybe Sunday, honestly.
So today?
What? Babe, today's Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Ignore him, he's stupid. Anyways. Is literally blank, see-through? That would go crazy. When will I buy DE? Well, look, I still have no business email, so there's no way I can do business with DE to purchase them. That's the main limiting factor right now. I can't purchase digital extremes. I accidentally hit the escape key. Anyhow.
What's your favorite cape?
Are you becoming Canadian? What prompts this question, Blueprint? I feel like I've missed something. Also, my favorite cape. I don't really have, like, a set one on it. There's a lot of cool ones. Still live reaction, Helen. I get a headache whenever I see it. Based. I'm sick of watching your content. Well, then what would make you want to watch Warframe Geographic 2 if you're sick of my content already? What's the point of that, then, exactly? More Stockholm Syndrome? I think we're already about to overdose.
They've changed the fucking dosage of Stockholm Syndrome again.
Unfortunate.
I'll never get over the fact that it was literally the fucking 2 days before that happened. They changed and I didn't realize. And I remember that because I took that dosage 2 days ago. When I got fucking a deep cut. It's just like, fuck.
And upload it. The Warframe Geographic 2 script might actually have to be updated, because there's a few things in it that aren't accurate anymore. So if it happens, it's not your content. You know, that's true, actually. I can't even argue with that. That is just true. That I do still eventually want to make it. The problem is that I just have, like... How do I put this? The way I work when it comes to videos is I'm the kind of person who will be incredibly lazy until I just feel this overwhelming, like, sense of pressure that I have to do something. And then I will work on it pretty much religiously for the next, like, week. Which is how this last video has been, as I've spent, like...
fixation, but, like, sad, I don't know.
Spent, like, 5 or 6 hours a day working on it for, like, the past 5 or 6 days to try and get it done. But... the, I think, you know, to entertain us while you stream yourself editing a video. So here's the problem with, like, people have asked me about editing streams as, like, a members-only type of thing or something like that. The main issue with an editing stream of some variety... Oh, is that a radar station already? Cool. But, I've seen this map layout before.
Oh?
I'm pretty sure we played a mission on a map that looked almost identical to this.
I wouldn't remember, honestly.
Schizophrenia stream. Anyways, the problem with streaming me, like, editing is, well, other than me getting very easily distracted, my editing process is a complete fucking disaster. And trust me, it would not be entertaining to watch. I'm becoming OSHA compliant. That would require me to obey the law, which is not something I'm willing to do. I never grabbed the resupply. I should go back for that.
So, fun fact, apparently the reprimand can one-tap, berserkers to the head. Did we bring something to take out gunships with? Oh, yeah, you have the HMG.
I have an HMG, yeah. I'll be over... Yeah, if you, like, break into my house, maybe. Okay, I don't know what evasive maneuvers this one is performing, but, well, that's one. I might not get the other one with enough... There we go. Right when I ran out of ammo.
Ooh, nice.
Good idea. You know, yeah, fair enough. Why did you deploy a mortar over here? Okay.
Is it shooting?
No, there's a Hulk.
Oh.
Okay. So we're done talking shit. It's... Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, time to start shooting. Chaotically neutral? I don't know. Whatever the worst one is, probably. You can fire at a max RPM constantly. You know, fair enough. But you see, it's all about the immersion, Goober. It's about the immersion. I have to... Well, I'd say that, and then I'll watch an enemy, like, pop into the air or something, and it's like, yeah, my immersion. This would happen in a real battlefield. My grandpa saw shit like this in Vietnam. He watched a fellow soldier step on one of the Viet Cong traps, and then he comedically popped 30 meters into the sky. This really happened.
All the way down until he
Yeah, he started emoting in order to reduce his fall damage.
However, fucking, I don't know, Dick, who the fuck was the president during the fucking Vietnam War, like Cheney or some shit?
Cheney was a... What the fuck are you talking about? He was never a president.
The fuck am I thinking of then?
I don't even remember off the top of my head who was president then, because I wasn't exactly alive during the Vietnam War. It didn't really affect me that much. You fuckers. What's your opinion on the new Fortnite cat? I've only seen it because people keep posting it in Grattler Gang. I remember... This was so fucking funny. Edith was, like, in the furry chat when someone posted that. And Edith was like, you guys know those images where people say, like, the developers knew what they were doing and it's just, like, the most generic-looking, like, stick figure, like, furry? That's how I feel about every Fortnite skin. And I was like, thank you, Edith. Very based. Oh, Christ.
Oh, Jesus, what the fuck?
Yeah. Working on it. I got knocked over there. Yeah, I'm working on it. You need to bring things that make you more self-sufficient against these enemies. What the fuck did you... Oh, you didn't even... Fuck's sake.
Oh, fuck. One time?
Only point south. You know what? Fair enough. I think I can hit this. Oh, it didn't matter. Damn. Can I please?
One gunship down.
Oh, of course there's a rocket devastator over here too. Fucking, why are there so many rocket enemies? I'd really appreciate if I... He wasn't even finished... He wasn't even finished exiting his stun animation! What? Please!
Jesus Christ, boy!
Fucking hell.
Diver.
You can't hit gunships and it's hard to hit Bile Titans. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that was cyberbullying, I think. Can I have my machine gun back? I'm assuming... Oh, wait, no, here it is.
I died. You can have all that shit back.
Only Grandpa knew. But yeah, my grandpa told me his Vietnam War stories where he got ragdolled by a grenade. This mortar's just gonna alert patrols, I feel like.
Well, let them over here, so...
They're coming right towards us. I'm pretty sure in this game enemy aggro works in that if they detect, like, any damage from you, they almost always will start moving to your exact location. Right. There are more already?
Hmm? Damn.
Okay, well, there's nothing important over here, so we can just move on, I guess.
Yeah.
I was the grenade. Yeah, that's how, you know, I heard the story, I imagine, is you were gracious enough to not kill him. My grandpa actually did serve in Vietnam, and he has a lot of very strange stories, because my grandpa was a radio man, so he wasn't, like...
based, honestly, though.
Like, he was in combat, but not as much as most, Wasn't this game about killing bugs? There are robots, too. Oh my god, this mortar is, Well, they're opening fire towards it,
yeah, like
so
I said, they'll drive that at least. Itself, so, you know, it's actually, unironically, that's a good, like, fucking, yeah, because the gunships are focused on it, too.
Probably not for too long. We'll just kind of have to keep going.
I mean, they don't know where we are. They'll go back into search pattern, probably.
I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. God damn.
It's smoking. It's smoking.
Now it has a botting problem? Yeah, exactly. But when it... Like, my grandpa, like I said, he was in Vietnam and he was a radio man. So a lot of the stories he told me growing up were very different from your typical, like, Vietnam. Like, you know, I got stuck in, like, a trap and, like, had to wait for 3 days to be rescued from the mud type of shit. my grandpa had stories like one of the ones that I remember him telling me when I was younger, because it wasn't, you know, horrifying like some of the shit he did see, was that because typically he was in his, if I remember correctly, how Vietnam was organized is there were like different hills that had different like command posts on them essentially. And he was at one of them operating the radio, just like forwarding messages between the main base and other places. And as he was sitting in there by himself, this really weird looking bug walks in. And my grandpa is like very uncomfortable by the way this bug looks. And so my grandpa, in his infinite wisdom, just grabs his rifle and fucking shoots it.
Unfathomably based.
Obviously you're not supposed to do. So later, I think it was like some guy who like oversees his section. He was like a major or something. Walked up to my grandpa because they heard the discharge and was just like, "Did you fire your gun?" And my grandpa was just like, "No." And the guy was just like, "Shit, okay," and he just left.
Incoming gunships, babe.
I'm getting all right. We got the grubs. Oh right, I can't really lay down with this kind of.
Okay, I'm gonna do a Hail Mary. Let's see if this works. Nope.
These things are evasive enough that I find this very annoying. What the fuck is even shooting me? Oh, Christ.
Coming.
Bad news, everyone. Distracted by bug. As far as I'm aware, the job that my grandpa did was important, but it wasn't, like, super mentally demanding or anything. So it's not like he was, like, being shot at on the daily, but...
I didn't even hear them being shot at on the daily, but yeah.
There we go. You need faster bullets, I agree. Raise his eyebrow. Hey there, big boom. Yeah, deadass. He can't hit a gunship. I'm trying to read and play the game at the same time. What is wrong with... Oh, the jellyfish is reflecting off them. RTX demo. Jellyfish lighting. Naturally ingrained into human consciousness. Yeah, it seems like it. That was the real reason guns were invented, was to shoot bugs.
I'll take another HMG once you have it, I suppose.
Well, you're in luck.
Calling down a support weapon. Supplies.
Evara reference, that's true. Did we? Yeah, we did. So I'm trying to just poke around all of these minor points of interest that are over here.
Yeah, again.
This is just a minefield. What the fuck is even the point of this one? You know, I'm just bombing this, actually.
Deal.
If he died while reading this, clip it and point and laugh. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it'll happen more than once. See if he had a Vietnam flashback and just shoots you. I mean, not particularly. Maybe they could have shot down the meteor. I don't think they were that technologically advanced quite yet. That reminds me of a thing where it was like it was this post on 4chan, so it's bullshit, but I still think it's funny. Where some guy said that he had done like research with prison populations, and that part of his research was about like IQ, and so he'd ask the prisoners questions, and he had observed like weird behaviors between different IQ ranges. It was like if their IQ was low enough, they didn't have a concept for things not existing at certain points in time. So the example he gave was asking people, why didn't the Nazis use laptops in World War II? And the obvious answer is because they weren't invented yet. But a lot of people that were like not particularly intelligent, I suppose, didn't have any grasp of that concept. So they would just make up alternative answers. Like, well, maybe they would have been hacked. And it's like that. Like, we're not getting to the fundamental part of why this would, like, that's not even a consideration here. Can I just,
babe.
like... Hell yeah. 1 second.
I am
There's a...
pinned.
Later... I mean,
Yeah.
There we go. This is why I should have taken Peak Physique. Hello, chaps. Well, there was a singular chap, but... Can you delete Microsoft? Not... I don't think so. When they make me switch to Windows 11, then I probably will. I'm on my way back to you. What the fuck? How did he get up there?
Huh?
There are 2 rocket devastators on my ass. I am getting juggled. I'm getting juggled. Oh god. No, please. I can't even fucking stem. Okay. Oh, Christ. Oh, God. Oh,
Suppress it!
what the fuck is going on? What is this mission? There's a third one. There's 2 more behind him. There are so many fucking rocket devastators. Please.
I only have like fucking artillery. I don't have anything for chaff.
Okay, we're
good.
we're good, I think. About my Game Pass? Huh.
Heavy, northwest.
Recoil would be amplified by the metal armor? Yeah, exactly. That's the real reason. Knights did use rifle. Well, that depends on what era of history you're referring to. I guess how broad is your definition? The Knights with Rifles era? That is actually, yeah, this is a well-established point in European history, was the Knights with Rifles era. I like to think, like, my entire perception of Middle Ages history is actually just the first 2 levels of Castle Crashers. That's what it was actually like. I'm reasonably certain.
No.
Throw a supply beacon.
Oh, I'm standing at fucking barbed wire. Thank you for the 2 Zeke the Freak, number 15 Burger King foot lettuce. Where's the Opticore? I could probably grab the Purifier. That's close enough. I don't have it on me right now, but
Rare sample collected.
2 rec slips. Funny moment.
And a rare sample.
$1. I agree. $1. Well, you can't attach a message to a $1 donation, though. Castle Crash is getting a DLC? What the fuck? For real?
West.
The Castle Crashes?
I've got
Wacky.
the package. Dropping package.
Alright, we have to make sure that we find the mini-nuke this time.
Yeah.
Well, that's an explosive, so not quite.
Acquired.
Alright, 1, 2... Ugh! There we go. I'm not good at the throw tech.
Package acquired.
Oh.
Dropping package.
Shit, I didn't release it fast enough.
Well, like this.
Are you sure it's like that? Here's the napalm.
Another sample.
There we go, bonk.
For democracy.
Stream Castle Crashers DLC? I don't actually know if I own it on PC. I played it back on Xbox Live Arcade, way back in the day. There's another napalm.
Package acquired.
Explosive. I don't know if we have a mini nuke.
Hop. The 2 words I want to hear. Yeah, and you never will. I'm sorry. I don't care if you donate with it. I'm still not saying it.
Just DM me the words on Steam. Okay. Holy shit! I got a mega throw.
It's not important.
Damn.
All right. Hop.
There's next thing.
Shit. Hop. There we go. Hop. Hop. All right, you can hit the button, I think.
Dropping package.
Okay.
I've got the package.
Ran. Carry yourself by the legs and fly. Why doesn't that work? That's the real question. Why can't I cover myself in oil? Well, some people in the chat would probably like to see that, but that's besides the point.
Later, I think. What?
Dropping package.
Nitro, you can't fucking see. Oh, there's another explosive over here. Well,
Yeah.
the random napalm in the order is yeah, toss it on high explosive shells. I don't see the problem here. These
Fun
are
fact.
big crayons.
Fun fact, babe. Actually, these can explode.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what we're shooting them for.
I mean, yes, but if you ever want to make a psycho boom, you can just artillery strike a fucking thing and see if there are any mini nukes that way.
150 according to Steam DB. I guess I'll have to pick it up whenever it goes on sale next. The game's been out for ages. This is not cover. I don't know what I thought I was doing there. We're fine though. We're about to not be fine, but it's okay.
Hot outpost spotted.
This never mind actually. There was a joke I could have made there, but I'm not going to.
Terminal inbound.
I'm so glad. Like, most of you, I imagine, don't play Helldivers and are just here to ask me to make Warframe Geographic too. But I'm very glad that the Truth Enforcer's weapons are good, because I was worried that they were going to suck. I feel like historically, like, virtually every war bond we've ever gotten, the weapons released underpowered. So I'm glad that the Truth Enforcers ones don't really feel like they need to be buffed. There's the detector tower over there. Yeah, like, my biggest gripe with it, personally, is just that the armor passive, I feel like, is not impactful enough. I've only had it really matter a couple of times. But the booster is surprisingly decent if you have on Vitality Booster on someone else, which you probably already should, because it's a free 20% damage reduction.
It's not an injury reduction, yeah, no, like we thought it was back in the day. It's just straight up DR plus injury reduction.
When is Warframe Geographic? 2026? Something like that. Only for heavy armor, so why no heavy? Yeah, I find it really weird, especially because I feel like the red armor from the Warbond, they could make a heavy, and I feel like it would make perfect sense. Like, I feel like it looks like it could be a heavy armor set, and I'm confused that we didn't get one.
Honestly, yeah.
I can wait that long? Damn it. Alright, 2035, how about that? Holy... Yep, that's the shit. See, Vietnam moment! Vietnam moment. Did you see that headless robot flew a good 20 meters in the air there? That's the type of shit my grandpa described to me, okay? That's the type of shit he saw out there on the front lines. This is what I'm talking about. Vietnam moment. I don't know if they had those in Vietnam.
Hey, we have 20 minutes left and we haven't done the main objective.
We'll be fine. Oh, fuck. There we go. Whoa, okay, Jesus. Drop a 500 kg, but hits a tree right next to you and wipe the whole squad. I like to bring napalm to the, you know, just for authenticity.
Unironically, yeah, I do that.
No, I'm switching to lower RPM for control. Unironically, I need to stop going first person because the muzzle flash is fucking me over more than you'd think. Who? Okay. I swear to God, I have encountered enough rocket-wielding enemies in this mission already. Why does this keep happening to me?
Down, I think the fucking bot tower saw me though, shit.
There we go. There we go.
I can artillery it, hang on.
Rocket Flood PTSD. Yeah, I don't know if that was in, I've got the Hell Bomb here already, so I'll just just activate it. Why do you...
run, then.
Why the fuck would you do this? Why would... What is wrong with you? I'm already... I have been in here for the last 2 minutes!
I didn't realize!
How?
I just got done with my objective and I can't tell depth with the fucking tags.
That's it.
Yeah, you know, fair. Watch it, look out. Rocket Devastator behind you, though.
I accept absolutely no excuse for my death. Rocket Devastator, yeah. Seems to be a recurring theme this fucking mission.
Just missed.
You got Vietnamed? Yeah, indeed. We can wait for Warframe Geographic. You know, fair enough, Blueprint. And lots of napalm. I mean, I agree, but the Warframes aren't supposed to be on your teammates, let alone the ones that have been trying to take a base for the past 2.5 minutes.
It was an objective base, but yes.
Nitro, please just have some situational awareness.
I can't see.
I'm gonna team kill you again. It was worth a try. Okay, that was a little awkward.
Oh.
Wait. Okay, yeah, we are. Oh, hi.
What's up, Beijing?
We're fine. It flinches so hard, it's insane. Yeah, the real reason you want the Truth Enforcer's armor, so your teammate who keeps lib concussing you will stop flinching you so much. Another Rocket Devastator. Who would have thought? Well, I broke his rocket pack. There we go. Put Master Chief in the soda. Also, see Zeke. Does boy-bortion count as a team kill? So that's the realm of politics. It's a genuine stagger. Oh, like stumbling.
Sending in an eagle.
Gonna hit him with this. Of course, one of the rocket devastators fucking survived. The guy from Fortnite? No. Oh, god damn it. Alright, well, we're just gonna throw the last strafing run. That reminds me of the classic meme in the Smash community. Why do we need Master Chief? We already have Green Samus. You know what's the weirdest part about that? Green Samus isn't a reference to any of Samus's actual, like, in-game outfits. It's a reference to Evangelion, apparently.
Let's go.
Okay, this guy does not give a shit, so we're just gonna... That's the napalm.
Oh, it's the napalm. No, it's the napalm.
Well, I thought that I was ready for an explosive. I didn't realize you've been burning through this number of shells.
I'll just thermite.
There's a Hulk over here, but that's fine.
Oh, I'm stupid. I have rocket pods. I am extraordinarily stupid. I had rocket pods this entire time.
Alright, that's good. Incidental napalm strike. I'm just surprised Nitro has gone through so many Seaf shells. He's still alive. He's marked as a cannon.
I forgot that I had fucking, rockets, so I've been using them as my fucking anti-armor.
Ow.
Sorry.
The barrager's still alive.
Wait, no, it isn't. The fuck?
Yeah, then that's what just killed me. Look, to the south.
That was actually my mortar, unfortunately.
Was it just looking at the corpse?
Yeah.
I can see it shooting!
Wait, the fuck? It's dead on my end?
It's right there! How do they fit even more rocket enemies into this mission? Genuinely. Well, that thing has to die, so I guess this is my job. My airstrike's not even ready yet, so we're just gonna do it this way. I got back blasted, but it's fine.
Later.
It's bombing its fucking self? Oh no, it's your fucking dumbass mortar. I was like, what kind of advanced strategy is this?
I mean, unironically, it's like, fuck it, you're coming down with me.
Also a Sia Beira. Also, for how much of the Metroid series can one experience? Most of it, actually. If you get the emulator service through like the Nintendo Online, you can play through the original Metroid, or what I think you should do is go to the Game Boy Advance emulator and play Zero Mission, because Zero Mission is like a remake of the first game that's better. Metroid 1 doesn't hold up great, in my opinion. Super is on there, Fusion is on there, Metroid 2 is on there, but it also doesn't hold up great. It was an original Game Boy game that's in black and white. And then you can play Prime Remastered. Prime 2 and 3 aren't on it yet. And then there's Dread.
Supplies, west.
I do hope that Prime 2 and 3 get remasters eventually, because with Prime 4 coming... Oh, I can armor penetrate that with the... Huh, wait, can I just, like...
Yes.
I guess I can.
Yep. Funnily enough, the thermite didn't one-shot it, though, so that was weird.
Yeah, my Switch has just kind of been sitting on my desk. Alright, we'll interact with this objective, finish the thing, and then that's that, more or less. Okay, you can experience most of the Metroid series on Switch. The issues really come from Prime 1 and... or for Prime 2 and 3, there's no way to play them. They were both... like, Prime 2 was for the GameCube, and Prime 3 was for the Wii. You can get Prime Trilogy for the Wii, but it's quite rare nowadays. And then Metroid 2, I've heard that the remake on the Nintendo DS was good, but or the 3DS rather. I've heard that remake was good.
I have
but
a 3DS if you want to play that, babe.
It's more of just a matter of like the original Metroid 2 kind of sucks. Fortunately, if you have a PC that you want to use for it, you can play through AM2R, which is a fan remake of Metroid 2 that was immediately taken down after Nintendo saw it be, finished. Vietnam moment there again. But, you can still find it.
Holy shit, babe, incoming.
More rocket enemies! I'm so happy. That's a bomb. What about the 4DS? That's a good question. About it being on the Switch. The Switch, Nintendo does have this, like, weird habit where they release things that are, like, 5 years out of date hardware-wise, like, when they release them. Like, the Wii, the internals of the Wii are the same as the GameCube. That's why they were backwards compatible. They're almost identical, so far as I'm aware. And got soft-locked and gave up. When it comes to getting soft-locked, I guess I don't know what you're referring to. They're... Fucking Christ, dude. It's a good thing I took Exterminator. Jesus. It doesn't even matter. I didn't even have time to stim myself.
I just saw you cartwheel into my frame. I'm sorry, that was funny.
But Metroid games, like, it's not often that you'll have no clue what to do, but it's relatively rare to genuinely get soft-locked. Unless you're doing some shit that you, like, obviously shouldn't be doing, like skipping an item, like the OG Plasma Beam skip in Prime 1, where you jump on top of a clam and have it launch you into the ceiling. Which probably sounds completely insane to every normal person here who hasn't played Prime 1. But... that's a heavy base.
Funny.
I went from the start and looked it up. A clam? Yeah, there's like a giant clam thing in Magmore Caverns. And if you approach it, it'll, like, open its mouth at you, and then you're supposed to shoot what's inside of its mouth to make it flip over so it can turn into a platform. But if you jump on the clam fast enough that when it opens its mouth, it'll launch you into the ceiling. Nintendo will sue Nintendo for using emulators. Also, which Metroid was it, Dinosaur? You're just saying gibberish? Yeah, you get launched into space by a big clam. This sadly doesn't work in Metroid Prime Trilogy because they fucking, added a power bomb door to it, so you can't do the skip anymore without it, like, not being valuable. Toolkit, yes, what can I do for you? Yes, you get launched into space by a giant clam. That's the long and short of it. There are so many rocket enemies. I know I keep bitching about it, but, like, I just watched him drop 3... I hate this game. I hate this game. I can start reloading mid-jump? Wait, what the fuck?
Yes, they added that.
I don't feel like that's supposed to happen, considering the fact that I was doing it with a gun like this.
Yes.
Here's the resupply over here.
It's over here, yeah.
Diff 10 is worse. I mean, no shit. This is only difficulty 7. I'm just guessing that we got some kind of, like, rocket enemy seed. Visit research how. I would recommend get the Switch Online service. I don't think you need the... Wait, do you need the premium version for the GBA emulator or not? Because the Game Boy Advance emulator contains 2 of the games. The Super Nintendo one you don't need that for, and that's for Super. So I think Diff 10 is worse rocket-wise, purely because of the existence of Rocket, or the Reinforced Striders.
Good kill.
But the Game Boy Advanced emulator will help a lot, because Fusion and Zero Mission are locked behind that. Super is on the Super Nintendo, and then you can get Dread and... Oh, right, you're alive. You can get Dread and Prime Remastered as just, like, you know, Switch titles. They're not on an emulator. I still actually have my copy of, I suppose, any emulators on the table. I mean, if you have a way to emulate, like, Dolphin or something, and you can...
Wait a minute, wait. I just fucking pinged your frag.
South, 200 meters.
Funny. But if you have a, you know, legit copy of Prime Trilogy TM, then you should be able to emulate it. I actually have my old PC, like my old PC, way back when I was a kid, had a disk drive, because it was that old. It was, like, originally a Windows 7 machine, I think.
You know, that makes me feel okay,
So-
because, like, they stopped adding disk drives?
They haven't added disk drives to PCs regularly for, like, the last 10 fucking years. That's not been a thing in forever.
What the fuck?
But that PC had a disk drive, so I was actually able to figure out how to do get the image thing for my copy of Prime Trilogy way back in the day. This was when I was, like, probably early high school. I don't remember the process at all. I remember I had a bunch of tools on my PC that I had to use for it that I never touched again, which was a pretty frequent issue for me, that I would do something really specific and have a bunch of programs on my computer I'd never touch ever again.
Yeah,
But-
that's me with streaming shit.
because I own a legit copy of Prime Trilogy. My mom got it for me for my birthday when I was, I don't know, probably like 12. It's in the steel case and everything. I could dig it out. There's like an exterior plastic layer that's pretty beat up, but all of the stuff on the inside is still in very good condition, like the art book and all the stuff that it came with.
Oh, yeah.
But, I will say, you know, just my personal opinion.
We gotta go.
Yeah. Just my personal opinion, I think Prime Trilogy is the best game ever made. That shit goes insane. That is the anyways,
that bad, huh?
the fucking you're gonna crush me if I do this, but it's fine. The file format that Dolphin uses is .iso. I can't remember what that stands for, but spaceship game. Elite Dangerous players be like, trust me, it gets fun after 800 hours.
Honestly.
Yeah, Dolphin uses ISO. And yeah, if memory serves, I was able to get that from mine way back when. I played through it somewhat recently, and I want to do another playthrough soon, but I've mentioned it like before on my Discord that I've considered doing a video about Prime Trilogy. But it's the same thing as Geographic 2. Nobody would watch it, so I don't really want to put a shit ton of effort into it. I don't know, like, I've talked about this on plenty of streams. I love Metroid as a franchise, and many of those games I hold very dearly and I think are very fun. And I would love to talk about them, but it's one of those things where I just know nobody cares.
I'll get the one in the back.
At this point, higher RPM is easier, even with the lower recoil, because I have more bullets.
Yes.
Metroid Umbra, yeah. You know, Metroid is a great franchise, but I will say it's a very particular kind of game, right? Like, so you can stop complaining about making videos we won't watch. Here's the problem. Most, like, how do I put this? The vast majority of my audience does not engage with my content outside of just my videos. You know what I mean? Like, the stream viewership, right? I think my highest ever stream viewership was almost 400.
Yeah, 395, I think.
At one given time. And that was during the Duviri stream, I think it was. 399 consecutive viewers. And I think that stream ended with, like, maybe 3,000 views in total across the entire duration of the stream. We were, like, joining and leaving. That's, like... Well, for a stream, yes. But compared to a video, that's, like, less than a tenth of the views a video would normally get.
It doesn't count people who join and leave it. It just counts total at the same time. It could be different people each time.
No, the total view count, the, like, 3,000 or 4,000 at the end, was the total amount. The concurrent viewership doesn't. But, so, like, most people do not interact with my content via the Discords, the streams, any community posts, like, none of that stuff. If I was like, okay, guys, what video should I make? And I held a vote, and a bunch of people that watch me and interact with the streams and are, you know, more relative, like, frequent viewers of my channel, then they would end up skewing the results, because what they want is not representative of what the people who don't actually say anything want. That's just kind of the reality of it.
Yeah.
Lots of people...
voting, I guess, I don't know.
Nitro, no. A lot of people, like, watch the channel but don't ever interact, and that's completely fine, right? Honestly, with the amount of shit that I still receive about the new player video, I'm glad that some people don't fucking interact. But, honestly. Yeah, I know I've mentioned this before, that people, like, bother me about the new player video and, you know, just go out of their way to sometimes straight up harass me. That still happens. Like, I think it was a couple days ago was the last time I received a comment on a different video insulting me over it. And it's annoying. I just, like, I don't read my comments at all anymore, but sometimes I still have to see them, like, when I open Studio and they're just there at the bottom. It sucks. It's like, reading the comments used to be something I had a lot of fun with, and I would try to respond to all of them. Like, if you look on the Iceberg, for, like, the first year of it existing, I read every single comment on that video. And while there were some that were upsetting or just stupid, like the guy who said I was racist for using the term African-American, and said that I should have had the balls to use the word black when I said black in the next sentence, that was an interesting one. But
and the one who called you the, you know, allegations.
Well, yeah, there was the guy who accused me of being a pedophile and then deleted his comment before I could read it, and I'm mad because I really want to know what that said. Because, like, genuinely, what the fuck was he even talking about? How fucked up your comments or maybe you're due for it. Here's the problem. It's just the Warframe community. I don't know what else to say. Like, in the Warframe community at large, if you disagree with people about something, normally they're just going to be mean to you about it. Gaming in general is like this, but...
Unfortunately, yes.
Warframe's community, like, I have the entire segment in the Overguard video about that, where I'm like, you know, the Warframe community has a big problem with doing this. And it's funny, because a lot of people in the comments, well, not a lot, but a non-insignificant amount, would say shit like, wow, it's really shit of you to throw the whole community under the bus to, like, grandstand. And I'm like, there were people during the time of Angel of the Zeraman that were joining my chat and harassing me because I was playing the game and they wanted to boycott it over the update. Like, I don't think I'm being hyperbolic when I say that when the Warframe community is upset about something, they're shit.
Yeah. Did a fucking back.
Hello, free welcome, Quedzo. We're doing the sortie.
Yeah. They call me the sortie. Liberty, leave.
Alright, time for some skeet shooting. Oh wait, no, ragdolls aren't synced. If they were, I would have tried to shoot you out of the air with my shotgun there, but I realized that wouldn't work. Like, it's plain delusion to deny it. I completely agree that EDA in general, like, I had a video that I had very briefly considered where I wanted to talk about EDA and the larger problem in Warframe with the philosophy of randomness as difficulty, where I think that EDA sets a worrying trend for making the game hard by robbing options from people.
Did you see that? He just fucking soloed 2 gunships. He was so...
Yeah, Pelican went crazy. But I feel like EDA is not great design because it's not actually hard. It's hard because of randomness. If you get good stuff, there's virtually no combinations of modifiers that's actually difficult, because the game is too fucking easy. But I feel like the modifiers would still be difficult enough, right? Like, I feel like what I would personally prefer, honestly, is that, like, whenever you use a Warframe in 1 week of EDA, you're locked out of it the subsequent next, like, 3 weeks. And so instead of it being random, you can't just spam, like, overpowered Warframes, because you'll build up, like, a staling queue of things you can't use, and then they reset at some point. But, I did talk about it in the Overguard one, but I thought about making an entire video about the topic as a whole, of randomness as difficulty, and why I don't like it and think it's a bad thing for the game. But I came to the pretty rapid realization that people would just spam me with skill issues. Because, like, that is one of the most common comments I received on the Overguard video, was that I was just bad at the game. And it's like, I've soloed the vast majority of EDAs that we've gotten. EDA is not... I'm not bitching because it's hard. I'm bitching because it's not fun. That's my problem with it. Like, there have been weeks where I totally could have done the EDA, but skipped it because it just sounded annoying. Like, there was a week that had mirror defense, I think with eroding senses, and I got Frost, so I could have done it relatively easily. I just didn't want to play it because I thought the game mode was boring and not fun, especially because anatomizers can still just one-shot your objective. But the amount of people that were, like, hitting me with skill issues or something like that was just really frustrating.
Yeah.
It's broken because the target dies in 4 seconds. In general, yeah, that stuff is just a problem. Like I said, like, a lot of EDA is still very much easy if you, like, play your cards correctly. The problem, I feel like, is just that it's not fun. It has the potential to be fun, because the problem for me as well is that there are some modifiers that have interesting counterplay, or that change up the game in a way that's exciting. Like, when it comes to modifiers that I think are meaningfully fun, like, for example, Alchemy, I think, has several that are pretty interesting. Like, the one, like, Alchemical Invulnerability is one that I think is a relatively interesting modifier. Relentless Tide is funny. 2 bosses I don't think we've ever gotten, but that one sounds like it'd be really fun.
Yeah.
Fissure Cascade, where enemies rapidly increase in level and exterminate. That one's awesome. I like the one where you have to kill necromechs in survival for life support. That one's cool. Like, there are plenty of modifiers that are cool and change the game in a meaningful way without being unfair or lazy. But, like, I think all of mirror defenses genuinely fucking suck and are boring. Like,
Yeah.
so here are mirror defenses modifiers. One of them makes you have to pick up twice the amount of glyphs to heal it, which is just lame as fuck. Like, that's really lazy as a modifier, in my opinion.
Honestly.
One of them makes so that the objectives just gradually die over time, and you have to, like, prevent that by healing them. But a certain amount of glyphs can spawn in a given amount of time, so it's literally impossible to do it faster than the game lets you. So it feels like you're just, like, you're slowly being punished for not doing anything. And then the last modifier is that picking up a heat, or a glyph gives you a heat proc. And the heat damage will stack across multiple glyphs. If you pick up like 5, you're gonna die instantly. If you have the modifier where you can't use your operator to just void mode through it, that shit is genuinely basically impossible.
Yeah.
And it's like, not only do I just not like this game mode for EDA in general, but God, it's so fucking annoying that a lot of those modifiers are just really lame. Get rewarded for killing a mini-boss. That is, like, the one thing that I'll give it. And I think the survival mission, you know, in EDA does that concept better, because the mech won't immediately walk past you and start, you know, dunking on the objective. I don't know. Like, I wanted to do a video about this entire topic. Randomness is difficulty, what modifiers I think were good, what modifiers I thought were bad and didn't, you know, have interesting or fun counterplay, stuff like that. But I realized that I just get hit with so many skill issues and shit like that that it just wasn't worth it. Because I realized very quickly, when I was reading the comments back on the Overguard video, that a lot of people did not hear my argument out, like, at all. Like, it was just in one ear, out the other. Because they were telling me things that are, like, putting words in my mouth. Like, one person was like, why does it take you 20 minutes to finish a Netracell? You clearly just suck. And I'm like, I made a joke that it takes 20 minutes to clear a Netracell if you have someone using a Limbo in your team, because it's fucking true. At least it was at the time when they had to enter the radius. It's like, I don't know, it's one of those things where I'm well aware at this point that the Warframe community, and people on the internet in general do this, if I'm honest. There's this bizarre effect that I've noticed, maybe, you know, the lot of you have as well. People love to feel like they're smarter than other people. And so they will just jump on the opportunity to correct you for the most minor things as quickly as possible. And it's insanely annoying. Uses randomness for cheap replayability. Honestly, I could see it as I don't think it's a replayability thing necessarily, because of the fact that you're not, how do I put this? It's not like you're playing through the same thing over and over again. It is different each time. And the randomness on the missions themselves, I do think is fine conceptually, but the randomness on the player is just awful. Servers backseat gamers. I mean, there are backseat gamers, yes, but I feel like a lot of the struggle for me, I guess, just stems from people who want to feel superior and will do whatever they can to make themselves feel that way. It's just really annoying to deal with. I'm guessing at least some of you probably know what I'm talking about or have experienced it yourself. I miss SP Netracells. I still miss them as well. The increased enemy modifier was a lot of fun, and it sucks that it's gone.
Yeah, honestly.
I still hope we get SP arbitrations one day. In Hell BRB. Well, good luck. I don't know, like I said, like, my issue with EDA isn't that I think it's too hard, it's that I think it's not fun. I'm just kind of repeating myself, but that's kind of the crux of it. I think it's not fun, and so there are weeks where I'm like, I could do this, but I don't want to. With its get good types. That's the thing, too, is, like, being locked up. This is actually something I got into a surprising amount of arguments with about when I said that transference distortion was the most unfair modifier in the game because it locks you out of so many things. People were like, well, I don't use my operator. And I'm like, that's cool. That doesn't mean that it doesn't lock you out of an insane amount of stuff. Like, no operator abilities. You can't use Void Sling for mobility. You can't use Void Mode to, you know, stall out DOTs. You can't use Last Gasp. You can't even enter your fucking Necromech. Like, the amount of stuff that gets locked off from you when you lose your operator is insane. How big is the Wall of Martyrs? I would imagine probably fairly large. Ouch.
How are you alive?
he's floating off the ground a little bit, that's how. He, like, flattened me. I became horizontally efficient. Or, sorry, vertically efficient, rather. Stratagem jammer there.
Northwest,
Yep.
200 meters.
Let me call down the resupply real quick.
Supplies.
But, like, here's the thing with the get good types as well. Warframe is fucking easy. Like, once you understand how the game works, the game is very easy. I think that's really the problem with the attempt by DE to make difficult content in general, and why things like EDA are shifting towards randomness, is because DE knows that if you have complete control over your loadout, then there's no way the game's going to be hard, because you can do way too much stuff with that. So it seems to me, at least, like they've just decided to fall back on the relatively cheap option, if you ask me, of just making it so you don't have control over certain things. Like, Warframe is a game, yeah, Warframe is not mechanically hard. It's not something where there's that many things that are difficult. Do I think there is a skill element to Warframe? Yes, I absolutely do, like any game. Like, there are people that are better than me at the game. Like, Dystopia is way better than me at Warframe. And the thing is, a lot of that doesn't necessarily come from mechanical execution. It comes from knowing things. What in the fuck? That flinch lurched me forward.
Jammer down.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm going this way.
Hi, everybody.
Well, I tried. Is not in hell. Damn. That means I'm gonna have to make it at some point. I think we got the Berserker seed this time.
Damn.
I don't know, I was being chased by like 7 of them, so... Seems an elite dangerous. Think that they are smart and act elitist about it? Yeah, like, a lot of Warframe comes down to knowing stuff. There are people that I do think are mechanically talented. A big group with that, actually, is Eidolon hunting. There is a level of mechanical execution in being a good solo Eidolon hunter, and I do have, like, applaud the people who are good at it. Because there is a level of execution there. Same with speedrunning Profit Taker efficiently. But those aren't, like, part of the moment-to-moment gameplay, right? Like, Warframe is a game that you can just turn your brain off. And I don't think it's a problem, necessarily, but... I think that the main issue, I feel like, with a lot of that stuff is, I guess, kind of like was said by Quedza, people who, like... play the game, have an elitist mentality about it. It's one of the, like, I'm just going on, like, a billion side tangents right now, but I mentioned this on a previous stream. One of the things that I hear in the Warframe community all the time that drives me fucking crazy is when people say, you shouldn't be using this, you should be using that instead. And it's like, dude, this game's easy as fuck. I can use borderline whatever I want. Like... There was a particular night in my Discord, actually, where I was, like, sitting in there just listening to people talk, and that was basically what the conversation ended up being, and I just ended up leaving out of, like, I just couldn't sit through it anymore, because it was so mind-melting. People argue back and forth if, like, should you use Falcor or Zorus? Like, I don't know, they both kill a fuck zillion enemies. I don't really see why it matters. You can use either of them. Hell, I think that a weapon being cool to you is as good a reason as any to use it. Yeah. You can make pretty much anything work in Warframe, so I don't really feel like the whole, like, well, you should be using this kind of thing really holds any water to me. I mean, there are some weapons that aren't good, but you can make them work. It just takes a shit ton of effort. Like, I don't know. My thing, too, is, like, there are people... How do I put this? If you play to the meta, that's fine. Play however you want. But trying to force people to play to the meta and, like, getting into fights with them about it just pisses me off. Like, there was a particular time in my Discord where, I won't say who did this, but I do remember who did it. But there were 2 users. We'll call them A and B. A was working on doing a Sarpa build, because A liked the Sarpa a lot. And B started just going off on them for their Sarpa build being bad, and saying that they should use the meta build that uses all these different mods. Here's the problem. The meta build is crit-focused. Sarpa's not a crit weapon. And B didn't notice this because they've never used it before. But they were still going off on A for building their Sarpa wrong. Yep. A weapon they never used. I don't know. You see shit like that all the time, and it drives me nuts. Didn't Sabuchi do an entirely modless run? I believe he did finish that, yeah.
Conk. Oh. Normally this would be my job, but can you get this one? No, you have a railgun.
I have a... I mean, I still can. I got a jetpack for this, so I can get behind them, but...
Oh, wait, do they?
it's not quite off cooldown yet. Is that what I fucking think it is?
Got him. Low ammo. Son of a fuck. I hit S.
There
but
it is.
I didn't stop. I'm sorry.
Minimum one-step team kill when someone's playing in a mech are kind of underrated. I think that, like, Sabuchi's challenge runs were both pretty fun. I don't know, when it comes to, like, the, you're fine, the modless playthrough, sorry, the main issue is that you might, you know, I mean, I don't typically ask you to step on me until the camera's off. Anyways, I wonder if I could blow your arm off with one of, never mind.
This mech's on its last limbs. I have 6 rounds in the
I can. Well, now you have one arm.
Oh yeah, I only have 6 rounds in this one anyway, so hell yeah.
24 minute last 46 exact minutes in Steel Path Survival. Yeah, like, Warframe challenge runs can definitely be fun, but I feel like there's a lot of creativity that has to go into making them fun, right? Like, Sabuchi's Can I Beat the Game Without Jumping, I think, was fun, because of the fact that, like, it was a very unique challenge. I will admit, I do wish that Sabuchi did actually beat the game, and then just took a note of every time he had to jump, to determine how few jumps you could beat the game in. But I can understand how much effort that would have taken. He probably just was, like, discouraged to continue, I'd imagine. Good morning, welcome. Some people have asked me to do something like that with, like, a Warframe challenge run, but I feel like that's just not really the type of content I make. The closest I could think of, honestly...
Jetpack, let me know.
Yeah, I can drop them. But I feel like the kind of content I make, the closest thing to that is probably the foot build video. Which, there is something else in the Making Blank Overpowered series coming. The next one is going to be Making Summons Overpowered, which I was waiting for Caliban's rework to do that one. But it'll go over, like, different Warframes and their ability to buff things like Spectres, their own summons, Syndicate operatives, like sortie defense targets, all that kind of thing. There was a video that has still stuck with me from a YouTuber named Porphy. I don't know if they post anymore, but they made a great video called Leeching in a Sortie Defense, and it was back when there was a bug where if you gave, I guess it wasn't a bug, so much it was just an oversight. If you gave, like, a Spectre or a Hostage or something a weapon, they never had to reload it. So he gave them regular Hiku, which had an insanely high fire rate, and just watched as they destroyed everything in a sortie defense. Because their fire rate was so insanely high. And it was really funny. And I thought about doing something in that kind of, like, honor. The frames that I kind of have in the lineup that I want to talk about are, like, your typical buffing frames, right? Like Mirage, Chroma, stuff like that. Caliban, the Theorem Arcane set as well. You know, the Theorem and Residual Arcane interaction. Oh dear, I should not go into a trench against this thing. Hope. Okay, nice.
Knock it down.
There's a bunker here, by the way.
Moving.
Yep, I think it'll be a relatively interesting video. World record for failing mirror defense? You know, good question. Here, I can grab these. Yeah, making summons overpowered will be sometime in the future. I can't really say when. I don't have, like, a set time for it. I'm a little torn. It might be the next video, but I have 2 videos I'm currently kind of, like, juggling which one I want to work on. Either making summons overpowered, or another one I thought about doing was, was Pets 2.0 a success? Where I kind of review the 2 Pets 2.0 updates and talk about where I think they succeeded and where I think they failed in their goals. Or Warframe Geographic 2. Maybe one day. Once again, I do still want to make it eventually. Keyword eventually.
Nice. Oh, I thought I had the railgun because I was charging. I wasted an entire...
oh, right, I have thermites. That was kind of a waste, but whatever, I don't care. go straight to 3. Mecha Set and Sunika. Mecha Set is so, like, Mecha Set was always very good, but I feel like the buff to companions made Contagious Bond so much better that when combining it with the Mecha Set, the your dog's ability to kill shit just goes through the roof.
Ow.
To that very Necromech, yeah. Because, like, so when it comes to Companions 2.0, I guess I'm going to talk about this. Mentally challenged as in test of patience? Yeah, fair. There were several goals that they had set out to do. Make Companions less annoying to maintain. Easy success. They made them revive themselves after a minute. Add mods to encourage synergy between the player and their companion. Bond mods did that very well. I don't think any of the bond mods are outright useless. Some aren't great. Like, I think it's Mystic Bond is the one where you can get a free ability cast, like every 5 companion abilities or something. That one's not amazing, but most of them are pretty good. That was kind of the main goals of the first one, was like buffing the survivability and adding the bond mods. Companions 2.0 did a lot of stuff that I think was good, but also a lot of stuff that I don't think...
Wait a minute. Oh my god, I fell in the fabricator and it blew up.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but I stuck it. I'm reasonably certain I did at least.
I need a medic bag.
I'm trying to... You know what? Fuck this guy's other arm. Bitch. Yeah, he can just waddle around now. Oh god, that's 3 heavy devastators.
Ah.
Let's put that over there. But bye y'all. Alright, see ya. But when it comes to Companions 2.0, like, the second half of it, I think, like, still did well, but fucked up a lot of its goals. Kubros, I think that they're universally pretty good now, except for Chesa Kubro. I genuinely think they just need to remove, or like go back to the drawing board on Chesacrate. They don't want a meta like loot companion, so Chesacrate just sucks. It's a 45% chance to loot 1 corpse every 10 seconds. It's just not very good, and I feel like they just need to remove what it currently does. But otherwise, I think that the Kubros all do serve a genuine niche. Hurus was already really good, and now its insane crit stats on its claws make it even better. For, like, you know, deploying an army of them with Duplex Bond or something. The evasive posture was a big buff to Sahasas, which were already really good because it makes them prioritize digging over everything else. Sunika got a huge glow up being the Eximus Assassinator. And Roxa was honestly already pretty good, but the claws made it stand out better because it's got such good status chance. Predicites are shockingly actually good now as well, like quite good. I think all of them are quite strong in their own right. The cats, on the other hand, Smita got fucking murdered. Like, I expected that to happen, and I think that it was ultimately better for the game. I think the addition of, like, the retriever mods and stuff was good. They did not do enough to save Smita for what they did. And the big thing for me is they didn't remove or rework the 200% fucking set crit chance bonus. That thing is just stupid and the #1 problem with Smita. And the fact that they didn't remove it, I think, was a really bad move. In my opinion,
I like the idea of a 200% crit flat, you know, thing.
It can nerf you. That's the problem.
I know it can nerf me, but, like, you know, you'll probably just say, just make it so that it okay.
Sorry.
Never mind.
Here's my thing, right? If they want it to work like it does, make it like Varuna. For those who don't know, Varuna has a buff on her one where it sets your crit chance unless you're above it. Then it just to get that part of the buff gets ignored. And, like, I feel like just do that. Like, if your crit chance is high enough, just make it not do anything. I don't know. I don't like the way it's implemented. And I feel like it's a big problem that Smita is just going to suffer with, because they seem to not do anything with it anymore. And I also think that, bad compared to Kubros, Cat Claws, in my opinion, do absolutely have their uses. They're better for things like Frenzied Posture and Swipe and stuff that can, like, hit a lot of enemies. But they're not as raw strength as Kubro Claws, but they can hit faster and stuff like that. So I still think that the Cat Claws are generally pretty good. I also feel like they didn't give enough to Vaska. Like, Vaska's just kind of mediocre to me still. I wish they would have made it so Draining Bite also heals you. Like, it heals the Kavat, which is fine, but Pack Leader already makes that super easy.
Yeah.
If Draining Bite healed you, I think that would have been a good way to do that. And then Adara's is as good as it always was. Like, a bit better with the new stuff, but, you know, that's that. Vulpaphylas, I genuinely think that the reworks to Crescent and Sly didn't do shit for them. I still think they're both pretty bad. I don't know. I don't really like either of the changes to them. I don't think that they're very good still. And that's just like, for Beast Companions, I think they generally did a good job, especially with Kubros and Predicites. The cat creatures I think they kind of didn't do amazing with, but they're all still okay. When it comes to the robots, I feel like they kind of fucked that up a lot more. Like, the first one is their goal of bringing up all Sentinel weapons to the level of Verglis. They just totally fucking failed at that. Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. That didn't happen. The only one that I feel like post-update I can genuinely recommend is Tazakor, because it's a great primer. Volcax is good if you have a ribbon that can get it to 100% crit chance, but beyond that it just feels really inconsistent. Like, you can make stuff work with ribbons, but I don't think that should be the point, right? Like, you don't need a ribbon for Verglis. So I think they just kind of completely failed on that objective, personally. A lot of the reworks they did for Precepts also just kind of don't work for me. Like, I feel like a lot of the reworks to Robot Precepts, like, if they buffed a Precept, generally that was fine. So, like, for example, Stasis Field's buff was pretty good, but if they reworked a Precept, they almost always just weren't that good. Like, the new Fatal Attraction is just kind of confusing. Huh?
Strider.
Oh, a Factory Strider?
I think. Yes.
Still uses this like I absolutely gutted. Yeah.
I don't think.
Fair point about Contagious Bond nuking. I still think that Roxa's probably better at it, though, because of its high status chance. Honestly, the Vulpaphylas are super good at it, too, because all of them have really high status chance as well. But no longer the best by a long shot, but still free viral. I still think Panzer's a top-tier companion because of Hunter Recovery. Hunter Recovery makes it heal you so insanely fast. But when it comes to, like, robots, like, new Fatal Attraction, I just kind of think is, like, weird. Oh, thank you, Cannon Turret. Hold on, can I bait him into getting this one, too? Oh, okay, well, Nitro's gonna detonate it anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter too much, but... Stuck. Pretty cool, actually. That is an interesting idea. I feel like Fatal Attraction, I just feel like the rework to it is confusing. Yeah, they did change Fatal Attraction. I don't really know why. The way it currently works, I think, is it's like enemies will start trying to get close to you, and if they get too close, they take a small amount of damage. It's like 250. It's very insignificant. But if you kill them before they enter that radius, you increase the amount of time that Fatal Attraction lasts for. But my question is, like, why the fuck would I care? It doesn't do anything for me either way, it feels like. I don't know, I feel like new Fatal Attraction is just kind of like, I don't know what I would want this for. I am just getting my ass beat over here. Jesus. Oh, there's another Rocket Hulk and another Cannon Turret. Well, yeah, it's pretty over.
I'm coming, hang on.
I have no stims.
Shit.
I don't know, new Fatal Attraction, I think, like, if they were going to rework it, they should have done something worthwhile with it. Does it stop enemies from shooting? I don't believe so. When I was testing it in the Simulacrum, I never noticed it doing that. I might have to do some more testing, because I was doing this, like, right after the update released. It's entirely possible that that was fixed or some other type of deal, but when I tested it, I don't believe it did. There's gunships over there, too. This is so fucking cringe.
Nice.
I don't know. It's also, like, there are some precepts that didn't get buffed that totally should have. Like, Hard Engage, the MOA kick precept, is complete ass. And the fact that they didn't buff it at all is, like, genuinely horrifying to me.
Got, right?
No, it lets them kick things. And the kick is a base 90 damage. It's complete shit. the stats of the kick are terrible. And even worse, for some reason, if you use fucking Manifold Bond, for whatever reason, doesn't like just guarantee status effect afflictions like normal. It uses the status chance of the fucking kick like weapon, which is like fucking 10% or something.
Run thermite.
It's, I don't know. That went into another zip code, I think. There we go.
I need stims.
Also Sia. But I don't know. I feel like
Yeah, hang on.
the MOAs didn't get enough, honestly. Just in general, the MOAs did not get enough.
Going supply.
Yeah. Hang on that. Let me just... There you go.
I also think that, while this might sound weird to people, Hounds didn't get enough. Hounds are very good after the last companion overhaul, but that was just kind of by the virtue of the existence of Manifold Bond, I feel like. Hound weapons are kind of shit, and I wish that their melee attacks got buffed.
Alright, we gotta do the objectives.
And also, yeah, new Stasis Field is quite good. Also, Carrier did get a buff. I believe it got a buff to its crate breaking augment. Helios, I don't think, got anything. I don't know. I feel like
The Strider's back, babe.
a lot of things that I think deserved to get buffed didn't. And a lot of stuff that got reworked, I feel like they kind of dropped the ball on the reworks. They're just not that good.
There are two
Whoops.
Striders. Two Striders.
Two Scarabs. Oh, I threw a precision.
Oh.
Well, okay, you're not close enough to it for that to kill you anyway, so we're fine. I don't know if I can kill this thing with this, at least when it's not aiming at me.
Stuck him in the oh god.
I got the turret. Do I have permission to leave? I mean, if you want to. They didn't give it a Samaris precept mod. Taxon not getting buffed was actually kind of surprising me. Like, it's not necessarily a bad Sentinel, it's just a very early game, like, new player Sentinel, and it kind of shows.
I'm gonna die.
I don't know. I wish that they do more with
Head
it.
on.
He survived, but I'm going to try and underbelly him.
You don't have enough fancy armor for this?
Got him in the stomach, he's dead.
Good shit. Fucking, I'm going for stems. Going for stems.
Yeah, you'll probably need to. Vietnam moment! Oh my god, there's two of them! What the fuck?
Yes, that baby. There are two Striders. Two Striders. And a
No,
tank.
I already killed one of the Striders. There was a second guy that got launched into the air.
Nice.
So, welcome, V. Oh god, that's a fucking hope.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my hope is that they give us another brush-up, like, patch for Companions 2.0 next year. Because I genuinely think that if they're just going to wipe their, or, like, wash their hands of it and be like, well, we fixed all the Companions, I think a lot of Companions are just going to be doomed to suck forever. Like, the Kick MOA, I can't remember which one it is, but both of their precepts just suck, and I think that's really sad.
What about the one that gives him overguard?
I don't believe that's a thing at all. Pack Leader gives things overguard. One gives them over shields.
Yeah.
And whenever it uses that ability, it consumes all their over shields. It doesn't add them as damage, it just gets rid of them for no reason.
Oh. I wasn't aware of that.
I hope that they go back, because I feel like this part of Companions 2.0 had too much on their plate in a way of like reworking every single weapon in Companion. So I hope that we get another one that's like a touch-up that goes back and kind of fixes the things they didn't do right the first time. Because like I said, I feel like they did drop the ball on a lot. The Companions are still better in their entirety. Virtually no Companion was left worse, in my opinion, after this update. Except for maybe Sly Vulpaphyla. But I feel like I don't know, I hope that they don't just decide, like, well, we've done it. Because I knew they weren't going to do that much after the update. Like, the post-launch support for Kome has been shit. Because DE is working on 1999, so they didn't want to actually fix, like, half the shit that they... Or, like, not even necessarily fix. They didn't even really want to work on any of the shit that they released, like, in response to feedback. They did some stuff, sure, like with Kome and stuff not combining with Searing Steel and whatnot now, or the Heat one, whatever. But I don't know, I feel like the post-launch support for the updates content in terms of, like, iterating on it has been complete dog shit. It's just not there.
Yeah.
Because they're so busy working on 99 that they were like, fuck it. We're going to work on the mobile version, and that's it until this update comes out. So I hope that one day they go back to it and do a touch-up.
Oh god, the Factor's Rider has seen me.
I don't care that much. My issue with that, and just in general, that philosophy, I do not think there should be things in Warframe that are made to be replaced. I don't like the idea. And this, for me, extends to things like, you know, non-prime weapons and stuff. I don't like those that much, either. Unless the prime has a meaningful difference that makes it interesting. Because I feel like a big problem for stuff like that is you have something like Taxon that's a unique thing.
10 seconds, 10 seconds.
And that unique thing serves no purpose past a point. I think that's just really lame. And I feel like having something just consigned to the fate of, like, well, it's not supposed to be good is just kind of shit. As far as I hit that through the flag.
Medic! Thank you.
I don't know. I hope they do another pass. That's all I have to say about that. Oh, right. I don't have frags on right now. Whoops. Well...
Oh, that missed.
Oh, right. I don't have any sims because I gave one to Nitro. Shit. To get my way back up here. Oh, the factory strider's coming.
Correct. What do we do about that, boss?
I'm working on it.
You know what?
Nitro is right there. That's the word I can't say on YouTube.
Run.
What? Why would you do this? I can't trust you with barrages. I could have killed him with the stomach shots, but I guess we're living over here now. Hopefully that gets him.
Anyways, but,
I would say the objective is that way. So
I thought for some reason I was facing the my map was mirrored or some shit. I was facing the wrong
probably
direction.
scared of it being broken. Yeah, which is why I hate a lot of Helldiver stuff. I will say this: most stuff in Helldivers nowadays is good.
It's still up.
I agree that the bolt action rifle I wish was better, but I don't think it's ever going because the community circle jerks about how it's not supposed to be good. There are plenty of genuine calls to not buff the Constitution. Okay, this is fucking ridiculous. I'm just... Fuck you. Fuck you. Here's 50p. I'm leaving. Is God tier, though? I can only assume you're trolling. When are they afraid of seeing a broken update? That they aren't. Doesn't know how to use it. I feel like I'm getting get-gooded by someone in my chat over a gun that holds 5 fucking bullets. Feel free to... I don't know. All I'm going to say is I don't want to sound toxic by saying this, but, like, you're completely welcome to like the Constitution, but I think that saying it's a god-tier weapon is complete copium. You can't convince me it's better than something like a Purifier. 6 on the start of the mission? That's... Wow, that's real impactful. I get 1 more bullet every time I respawn.
It's over. It's over.
Orbital inbound.
We'll just... if I'm able... I'm not even going to argue this, because I'm not taking the bait. Bait used to be believable. I'm not even arguing about this.
Calling in orbital.
It's so annoying. I agree.
We definitely got the heavy seed.
There's certainly something going on. What the fuck? Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh.
Okay, yeah, if we're gonna beat this mission, we've just gotta fucking leave. So, I'm going over here.
Honestly, we should have disengaged a long while ago.
Fucking detector tower over there. Don't think you're wrong. No, I mean, you're completely welcome to think that, but... Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't know. It's a weapon that deals less damage than the counter sniper for the same penetration. Lower damage, lower magazine amount. I don't know. I think you can have fun with the gun. I think saying it is an empirically good weapon is kind of nuts. Bayonet, my guy. The bayonet is 125 damage. That's a verdict shot. I mean, it's heavy penetrating, but so is the Senator. No, is it 125? I think it might be 100. I'd have to double check that. I miss the old Railjack modding. I'm gonna have to be honest with you, Knight. I completely disagree. Unifying it with regular modding was a much better thing for the game overall.
How did it used to work?
That was the old avionics system. Dude, this has just been a shit show. Trying to read chat has gotten me so distracted that I'm just unable to play the game.
Helldivers never die. Heavy, on my position.
And you just steamroll. That's still only 175 damage. That's still less than a counter sniper shot. Against the bugs, the bayonet's definitely fine. In my experience against the bots, I just tear things limbs off because of how the system works. Oftentimes, you'll end up breaking off a limb from a bot, at least, before you actually kill them. This guy is just guarding my stuff. Cool. Was a strange. Oh, I am going to fucking die. Is that this Hulk is still alive? I stuck him. Unless that's a different one. Well, I'm gonna bleed out anyways. Might as well.
Fuck.
Yep, there it is. Just destroy the thing. I don't even care anymore. I just want to leave this mission.
I know. Thank fuck.
Requesting air support.
This is hell.
Well, might as well.
Requesting orbital. Calling down supply.
I hope that'll reach it. It should. Okay. Okay, yeah, and then as soon as I throw it, it does.
They will keep it in line or some shit.
Smoke screen and go in stabbing. I feel like this is a lot of excuses for things that could just do it better. No, I'm falling for the bait. What am I doing? I'm not arguing with this. You know what? I don't even know if it's fucking worth it to try and get my stuff back.
I'll just deadass just go and call in some new ones.
I mostly am referring to the samples, but like, at this point the enemy spawns have gotten aggressive enough that I'm just not really having fun anymore.
Yeah.
It's fun, it's my opinion. Look, okay. You said that the Constitution was God tier. We weren't arguing if it was fun. You were arguing it was an empirically good weapon, which I think is incorrect. You're completely entitled to think it's fun. I thought I've made that clear already. I just think that the gun is, from a statistical standpoint, not strong. You're completely entitled to think it's fun. I can't police your opinion that the gun is fun. I've had times where I've had fun with it. I just also find it frustrating. Blight is better on Acrid. That is some next level bait. If gun fun, it's God tier. If that's your metric, then yeah, that's a completely fair opinion to have. If your entire metric is I have fun with this weapon, then that's entirely subjective, and I can't argue with that. You have to agree with me that it's a fun gun. I mean, not necessarily. I don't like the Constitution. Even aside from just the fact that it's not statistically that strong, I just don't really have that much fun with it. And that's just a me thing. When did you die? When the fuck did he get here?
I've been dead for like 4 minutes, babe.
I've been mostly trying to get the fuck out of that situation.
Yeah, that's why I've not been going on about it. It's just like, you know, it's hell.
Well, he should die in a second.
Cannon turret.
I am very lucky I did not step on that.
No, for fuck's sake.
Alright, yeah, we're throwing you that way.
I died out in front of a heavy gunner, I'm sorry. I would have stayed, but I didn't realize there was a thermite up there, so I had to dive.
Anyways, with the, Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I guess back to something more normal for this channel. I got it.
Nice.
I have fun doing crack, therefore it's good for me. I mean, you know, if you want to do crack, that's entirely your decision. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if Rada reinforces, I will fucking team kill you. Let me out of this mission. Not long to the Warframe JFK Recreation. It is only going to be like another month. Warframe Geographic? Yeah, maybe like 3 years ago. How old is Warframe Geographic 1 now? I think it has actually been 3 years. Is that what I think it is? Oh, it's a heavy devastator. I thought I heard a tank. No, that's a Hulk. That's still not great. Bonk. I stuck his arm. Fuck, that's probably not going to kill him. Probably just going to blow his arm up.
Oh, it should.
Okay, yeah, it did get him. What I was going to say is, in terms of content, I want to do another video this month after the release of the next one, but I'm not sure if I will. Just on the grounds that, like, not quite 3 years? Oh, okay. I want to do 3 videos this month, and I have a shorter one that I was working on about different things that Mirage can hack. I actually recorded the script for it and everything before I left for vacation, but I just kind of feel like the video is such just a, like, nothing topic, I guess. Like, I don't think anyone cares.
I care a lot, honestly.
And the problem... Here's the problem, is on some level, I don't care. I think it's an interesting topic, but I feel like it's not enough to be a whole video, and so I feel like it'll just suffer if I don't really want to make it. Like, I might still go back to it at some point, but I don't know. I also just kind of struggle to make short videos. That video's like less than 10 minutes long, and I like having time to explain complicated things in as much detail as possible. It's what I think is fun.
Yeah, fair.
She's so cool. Yeah, the thing with it is about what can her sleight of hand ability hack, and how I feel like the mechanic is cool but has been forgotten over time, and how I wish it would be, like, modernized at some point. They probably won't. Mirage is a good enough Warframe. I don't think they have any incentive to actually, you know, buff her or anything like that, but... Hello, bitch. Hello, gents.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Make it a YouTube short? No, I am morally opposed to making YouTube shorts. I've said before on stream that if I ever release a YouTube short, my audience has permission to kill me, every single one of you. I don't like YouTube shorts. I don't like the ecosystem of them and trying to maximize how much time they can waste of you. And I don't want to contribute to it. That's just kind of that, I guess. Regardless, though, like, even outside of... Because I don't think a YouTube short would be fast enough, but... If you don't want to make an entire vid out of it. I think I have mentioned it in Weird and Obscure before. I thought about doing a dedicated video so I could go more in depth, but I don't feel like there's that much there, I guess. Maybe I'll do something about it at some point. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Because the other two things I was thinking about were doing the Pets 2.0 video and the, fucking... What was it? Making summons overpowered. The Pets 2.0 video was just going to entirely be me rambling in my opinion. And if I've learned anything, it's that sharing my opinion on the internet goes rather poorly. Which is why I'm going to be doing it again in the next video, because I love, you know, being harassed, but that's besides the point. I feel like if I was to release that video, I just have a lot of actuallys, which will happen no matter what, but, you know, it's also going to be a very difficult video to make. Like, that's a pretty big undertaking. To make a video that, like, large. And I don't know if I'll have the time to do it this month, especially just after releasing a different video. The summons, making summons overpowered one, mostly needs more testing. Like, I did a lot of playtime with my companions right after the rework happened. I played with all of them a bunch when I was leveling them and stuff like that, so my opinions on them are relatively solid. But the making summons overpowered would need quite a bit more testing, which would be the main thing that slows the video down. So... this is a very windy control room. It's probably for, you know, propaganda purposes. It makes me look cooler when they, put in requests to triple the defense budget. I do appreciate... I don't know if this is a good example of it. Helldivers 2 is a parody in so many different ways, including its interpretation of space. This planet is actually mostly normal. There's a moon there, and that's kind of it. A lot of the skyboxes and stuff are just completely ridiculous. I think we'll go for another, I don't know, 10 minutes. I'll just hang out, and then we'll cut the streams. It's already almost 5, but...
Oh, yeah.
Stanced up. Anyways, yeah, those 2 videos, I don't know if I'll do this month, especially, like, with the semi-burnout of the stuff I've been working on. I also feel like there was a comment that I received that has kind of lived in my head ever since I received it. It was on the Weird Status Effects Part 2 video, where
Allied destroyer has left.
I crushed him. Anyways, it was on... I released Weird Status Effects Part 2 right after the new player video. I think I took a month break after the new player video because I was so dejected. Like, I want to confess this. The new player video had me so upset about the reaction it received, I considered just not making content anymore. Thank you for the goober. Don't spend it all in one place. I could buy a whole Taco Bell taco with that. But the amount of shit I received over that video just, like, made me so upset that I considered just not posting anymore. There was a period of, like, a week where it was, like, at its peak of being really bad, where I was just genuinely like, fuck this, I don't owe anything to these people. I ultimately came to the realization that the reason that video was so vitriolic was because it wasn't my community anymore. It had gotten such a, like, wide appeal, and it spread so far that people who weren't part of my community were watching it, and they were mostly the ones contributing. And so once I had kind of gotten through that, I made the difficult decision to just lock the comments, because I would genuinely look up to 10 plus comments a day that were just insulting me, or insulting Warframe, and it gets draining to hear shit takes about a game that you like and know a lot about constantly. So I just said, fuck it, I bit the bullet, I locked the comments, and I tried my best to just wash my hands of it. Because, like, I do think that there are things I say in that video that are important, and I don't want to take away from what I think is justified criticism because people are misusing that platform. But, Overguard video did have some pretty dumb comments as well, but a lot of it I think was people just being stupid. Like, the new player video was, like, legitimate vitriol, versus a lot of people's comments were just them being dumb. Like, yeah. There was a guy on the Overguard video. This take is fucking insane, by the way. He left this... How do I even put this? Him explaining his idea was left over 3 different comments. He left so much text that it took him 3 comments to say that. What did he say? Overguard should be removed, and in exchange, any enemy that would have had Overguard should have its level increased by 5 times. What the fuck? That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, okay, honestly. Reviewing this critique, like, critically, what the fuck is the purpose of that? Like, I say in the video several times that Overguard is supposed to force you to actually fight things. What the fuck does increasing their, like, level do? You'll still just kill them. We can kill things at level 9999 in 1 hit in this fucking game. Like, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, shit like that just drove me insane. And it wasn't that uncommon to see people's takes, or, like, another one that's really common is people criticizing me for something I said in the video, like I didn't say it, or, like, saying an idea that I talked about and refuted in the video. Very, very common thing for that as well. Like, one of them was the, making CC abilities damage Overguard, where I said I didn't think that was a great idea because of the potential to spam them, which would just have the same problem as there being no Overguard. And one of the most received comments I've gotten was about that idea. Same with the status reduction Overguard idea, where I also don't think it would fix it. I received both of those comments a shit ton, but that's kind of besides the point. Overguard video's comments were pretty bad. I need to wrap back around to what I was actually trying to say here. Overguard video's comments were pretty bad. New player ones were much, much worse. And after I locked the comments and tried to move on from it, I released Weird Status Effects Part 2, which was a video that was pretty highly requested, surprisingly. Like, the original Weird Status Effect video did very well, and so I wanted to release a sequel to it because I said I would, and there was a lot of stuff that had been added. Like, Kullervo and Daggeth had come out, and I really wanted to talk about them because I thought that their stuff was cool, for example. But someone left a comment that was something to the effect of, like, I see you're back to releasing safe non-content because you're afraid of a little backlash. This says volumes about you as a person. And I'm sitting there after reading this because there's so much packed into that comment that, like, genuinely boils my blood that I had to, like, close my browser so I wouldn't respond because I was genuinely so fucking mad. Because, first of all, nothing non-content. So how is a video of me explaining mechanics less valuable than a video of me explaining my wish list? Like, let's be real here. There's no guarantee that anything I say in the video about new players would do anything for the game. I don't make the game. It was just me giving my opinion. I don't see how that's any more valuable content than something that is, like, you can go and do in the game and take advantage of for yourself. But even beyond that, this speaks volumes about you as a person part just made me really fucking mad. Because, like, I read that and I'm just like, this video was something I promised over a year ago by the time I had made it. It was just like, I don't know. I was just sitting there like, how do I even articulate how fucking stupid that is to say? That me posting a certain kind of video leads you to assume that I'm some, like, spineless coward? I left the comments open on the new player video for, like, 3 weeks before I bit the bullet on it, and people still harass me on other videos about it. Like, I had released a poll at the time, even straight up asking, should I take the video down? Because it was that big of a problem for me, and I was worried it was genuinely damaging Warframe as a game, because new people would see it and not play the game. And that wasn't the point I wanted to make at all. I didn't want to tell new players to not play the game. And plenty of people were like, well, I was gonna play, but now I won't because I saw your video. And it's like, I played this game for nearly 10,000 fucking hours, and I show that in the video, I'm pretty sure. At least I mentioned I played the game for a really long time. Like, if I thought the game was shit and that you shouldn't play it, why have I played it so much? Yeah. I think a lot of people just don't... How do I put this? What I ultimately had to come to realize with the new player video was my criticism of the game was from a place of wanting the game to improve. Plenty of other people that left comments were criticizing the game from the point of hating it, and they wanted it to fail, and they didn't like it to begin with. And that's what they were coming in with, was they were coming in to shit on the game, and a lot of comments were like that. Like, there was one player who left a comment. Once again, these are the types of people who piss me off, because they leave comments about the new player video on videos that aren't the new player video. Like, they totally missed the point of me locking the comments. But the guy was like, Warframe's new player experience is shit. It doesn't explain anything, it doesn't hold your hand at all, and the game is just confusing. This is why I haven't played since Alpha. And I'm like, first of all, the game was never in Alpha as far as I'm aware, publicly playable. It was closed beta. But even beyond that, how the fuck would you know? It's been 10 years! Like, yep. What the fuck are you talking about? How could you even make that claim?
It's fucking stupid.
This is the kind of shit that you just have to deal with, I guess. And, like...
Unfortunately, it fucking seems like it.
Like I said, after I locked the comments on the new player video, I made the hard decision to turn off notifications for comments, and I just was like, fuck it, I can't do this anymore. I still receive comments on occasion that I notice out of the corner of my eye in YouTube Studio because they're right there on the dashboard, talking shit to me or about my videos or some such, or giving a dumb opinion or something like that, or just taste for something. Yeah, a lot of people do feel like that's kind of... And I also feel like it's tricky because there are several things I commend DE for doing. Like, they do make a lot of new player improvements in every update, and I applaud them for that, rightfully so. People just completely skip over that for whatever fucking reason. Something important is that, like, when you criticize something, ultimately, the goal that you should have is because you want that thing to be better. That's why you're criticizing it. Not because you want it to fail and are shitting on it, but because you want it to improve. People who left those types of comments on that video do not like Warframe and do not want it to improve. Another one I saw a lot was people that were like, well, yeah, people don't like Warframe because Destiny is better, or the First Descendant is better. Like, all of these games are shit, dude. I don't even know how you're arguing this with a straight face. All these games suck. I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, yeah, it's draining on some level to see people attack a game like Warframe that I value so much, I've played this game for a long time, and it's been a large part of my life. I try not to do the thing of, like, absorbing it into my personality too much, because there comes a point where, like, I've seen this a lot in the Destiny community especially, where people conflate an attack on the game as an attack on them because they've absorbed the game into their personality so much. Like, I'm willing to criticize Warframe. I've done several videos where I do criticize Warframe, but I still love the game and want it to improve. Plenty of people do not want that, and do not see it that way.
So, yeah.
But it makes me happy to see, yeah, they do a lot of important things for it. And I'm glad some of my suggestions seem to have actually been heard. Like, you now get a warning if you try to delete an unmastered item. There's a pop-up in the market telling you can buy things for credits. Like, they're making improvements that may or may not be based on the things I said, but it doesn't matter if they did them because of me or not. The important thing is that they're doing it.
Exactly.
In the exact same way. Here's the thing with that. When it comes to, like, not dwelling on these things and ignoring these people, to an extent, it's impossible. Like I said, YouTube Studio will show you the comments. If I have to check Studio for any reason, I'm guaranteed to see at least 3. Because, like, I don't know, a lot of people are like, well, just don't let it get to you. But, like, it's hard to read, or, like, see a comment that just shits on you. Even if it's, like, you can't even just say don't read it. Because if it's, like, a sentence long, I don't have a choice. I'm just going to automatically read it before I even realize it, right, what it says. It still hurts. Like, I still don't want to read that shit. And, okay, this is something that I feel like I'm getting a little bit too heated about, but I am very strong in my feelings towards this. There are people that have hit me with this before, mostly when I'm in, like, larger streams, like if I'm streaming Warframe, so I've got, like, 100+ viewers, and people who aren't normally in my circle or community would say this kind of shit. Where people are like, well, cool kid, you are a public figure, so you kind of just, that stuff's just gonna happen. And it's like, well, there's 2 issues with that. First of all, I'm not like a celebrity or something. I just make videos on the internet. I'm still a normal person. But even beyond that, people conflate the inevitability of those things happening with permission to do them. Because it's like, well, it's gonna happen, so it's okay for me to act that way. No, it fucking isn't. It's still a problem. Like, yeah, you might be, you know, I might be on some level a faceless individual to you, and there's a level of impersonality because I'm just a person talking behind a screen, but that doesn't give you permission to be a dick because it's bound to happen. Fuck you. People that say that kind of shit and then act like that's a genuine justification for it pisses me off so much. There's no justification for being an asshole to people like that, especially over a video game. Talk about your vids and compliment your opinions. I don't even bother with the in-game chat, so I'd be surprised if people have talked about it. Get flooded with vacuous shit, it would eat me up. Like, that's the problem, is that's genuinely that was the point I was at. Like, okay, the video I'm about to post, Is Damage Reduction Dead, is another opinionated video. The first, like, half, 2/3 of it is technical explanations, and then the last third of it is my opinion. Like, maybe last quarter of it's my opinion about making damage reduction work at higher levels. The thing with that video, though, is that kind of stuff, I guess, in general. Like, I've put 30 hours of work into this video in total, probably. It's 42.5 minutes long. I put probably 30 total hours of work. I've been literally working on it like 5 hours a day for the past week. Just going at it, trying to work on it, trying to get it finished. I released it to my members. I really received a lot of genuine criticism from a lot of my members, and it's going to sound mean for me to say this. I think a lot of it was really nitpicky shit, and that did great on me. There was a point where I was genuinely like, does this video just, like, maybe for Discord, I hope it's fine for the stream, but with the amount of nitpicking that was happening from some of the feedback I'd received, I was genuinely just like, does this video just suck? Like, that was the headspace I was in, was just like, is this video just bad? But I decided, like, there has to be a point where I have to not be this sensitive about it. So I just, like, lock the fuck in. What is the criticism that you do think is correct? And so after that, I was like, okay, what do I think is right? What do I think should be changed? Took it back, redid the parts, added, like, an extra 30 seconds of content to it to fix a couple of mistakes and explain some things I didn't do well. And now it's going, you know, re-releasing in that improved state. I feel like I said, some of the stuff is nitpicky and that grates on me. Like, I get that it's, once again, for the goal of improving it, but some of it is just, like, I don't know. It can get grating when, like, I woke up to an entire... I'm not trying to shit on the person who made this, by the way. I know that they did this, out of a place of trying to be helpful. I woke up to an entire thread in the members chat that was probably, like, a dozen messages long of just problems with the video. And I'm just like, damn, does this video just fucking suck? But like I said, like, the members want the videos to improve, right? A lot of people that leave dumb comments, like, because their comments weren't dumb, they were just, I feel like they were getting hung up on small shit, I guess. But a lot of people that leave the comments that are just stupid, like a lot of the Overguard opinions and stuff, it's difficult because, like, I put 30 hours of work into making this, more time realistically if I counted the research and scripting and things like that, because I normally don't. I typically count how long it took me to make the video from recording it to finishing it, and you did the eyes a bit wonky, damn. But the thing with that is, it's just like, I put all this time into it just to get hit with a comment that someone put no thought into is grating, especially when it's mocking me or insulting me. That kind of stuff is just like I don't even know, dude. It's like, damn. People are out here actually hitting me with, like, making fun of me over just, like, stupid shit. How many positive comments, criticism were in the comment section in comparison to the negative ones? For the new player video, Alpha, if you're referring to that one specifically, there's a very different answer than most other videos. People who use "it's bound to happen" as an excuse don't realize it's bound to happen because they think it's okay to do it, because of it, that it wouldn't be bound to happen. Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, people act like, well, if you're a public, if you're a public figure, which is with massive fucking air quotes, then it's, that's bound to happen. So then it's okay. And it's like, no, it's fucking not. Also, I appreciate it, the goober. I actually wanted to lower the price of my membership to $3, but YouTube won't let me without creating an entirely new one. So that's just not going to happen for now, I guess. Also, yeah, something on that note, Dinosaur. I'm ranting for longer than I meant to, but it's fucking whatever. There's an important issue with criticism that I think a lot of people don't understand, or critique in general. Critique is a two-sided thing. You're supposed to tell people what you think they need to improve. That's completely true. But you also need to tell them what you think they did well so that they do more of that thing. Like, with a lot of the stuff that I'd received from various members giving me feedback on the video, I can't think of much that they told me they actually liked about it. Like, there was a few things, but a lot of it was just criticism that was, negative. And, like, I get that negativity bias and stuff like that, ultimately they want that stuff fixed, and the things that they thought were good, they just don't really think about. Like, I get that experience. The ideal way that you have that kind of thing happen is that the viewer doesn't even think about it. But it is just kind of like, damn, like, what did I do well? What should I do more of? Because a lot of people don't understand that critique is both of those things. You're supposed to tell them what you liked and what you think they need to improve. But most people only see it for, the second part of that, which is what do they need to improve. And I think some people also misunderstand, like, making videos isn't some insanely difficult thing. I'm not particularly talented when it comes to editing or anything like that. I'm trying to improve. I'm making a very deliberate effort to do things that are more advanced, but it's a relatively slow process. I'm in no way a naturally gifted video editor. I just don't have the eye for most artistic things, honestly. You'll see it. There's an asset in the video I put together that's relatively fancy, but that's fancy by my standards. It doesn't actually look that good. It's just as good as I could make it. But there's still a level of difficulty that I think is, like, when it came to some of the criticisms that I had received that I do think were valid, would require me to reshuffle a lot of parts of the video to fit them in, and I didn't want to do it because it would take me like an hour, because the video is so complex that moving stuff around would take a shit ton of work to put it all back into place. But I ultimately bit the bullet and did it. And that's why a lot of the, like, minor nitpicks, it's like, I'm not going to go through this amount of effort to fix this. Like, I'm just going to, nail down what needs fixed. That's what I'm fixing, and that's going to be the end of it from me. Because a lot of that stuff is just too difficult, or too time-consuming. Not difficult, but time-consuming, to go back and try and fix every little thing. It's like, I'll issue an on-screen correction. That's about as good as it's going to get for some of the minor mistakes. And yeah, my apologies for everyone on the stream. I'm just kind of talking about nothing at this point. I don't know if people just aren't typing or if my chats just stopped, so you guys will have to let me know. But My chat has been known to occasionally just stop working for me from time to time. So I can think of stuff. I mean, I appreciate that. Like I said, like with the... Okay, yeah, it seems to be working. Yeah, people were just being quiet. Felt the same, I just agree. Yeah, it's... what I think you do on your content, build the basic blocks of a complex subject to explain it and delve into obscure topics that are usually overlooked. That's kind of the niche that I try. Also, thank you for lurking through your sleepiness, Nub Nub. But like that's kind of okay, how do I put this? I'm tired enough that it's difficult to form coherent sentences without just being completely incomprehensible and talking too fast, which I'm very prone to doing. So, I had a video I wanted to make. Yeah, I wanted to remake the status tier list. And I was like, well, I'm just going to make it a regular educational video where I'm going to explain what the damage types do and all that stuff. Like, no tier list, no dressing up of it like that. And then I remember, like, as I was thinking of that, I'm like, well, I have all these other ideas for, like, what other topics could I explain? And so I was like, well, I could do a video on damage reduction. At the time, this was not, like, an opinion piece. It was specifically just explaining it. There was no opinion tied to it. And I was like, I could do that. I could do, you know, like, reward rotations. Like, there's things I could talk about. And then I had this moment of just, like, that's what the Kengineer does. And then I just had this, like, sort of crisis of, like, what the fuck does my channel do exactly? Like, what kind of content do I make? What makes me different from everyone else? Because I had this talk with Shiro at one point, where the Warframe content community is full of a lot of people who do the same thing, and I don't want to do the same thing as everyone else. And people like the Kengineer are good and unique in their own way, and I don't want to try and go out there and serve as a replacement on some level to their content, because they make it perfectly well. There's no point in me doing that. So the question I had to ask myself was, what is it that I make that makes me different? And I felt like the ultimate realization I came to was the combination of explaining things and then either giving an opinion or, like, building... How do I put this? Explaining things to build towards an idea. That's kind of the thing that I realized is what I'm good at when I make videos in that realm. Explain mechanics and explain how the game works and try and be educational with the goal of building towards a fundamental point. Like with the, you know, the feat build video is a great example of that, where we go over a bunch of mechanics with the ultimate goal of killing forward. The entire video leads up to that moment. Same with the bullet jump video, right? The entire goal is leading up to setting the record that was broken in about a day. There's that goal is in the back of your head the entire time as we explain that kind of stuff. And I think that kind of stuff is when I'm at my best, and that's the kind of thing this video is as well, is that I think, like, that's the kind of stuff where I have the most fun and where I think it's the most interesting. I'll admit, this video was not that fun to put together because a lot of it was just really boring to shoot, but it's still, I think, gonna be fine overall. Weird and Obscure. Weird and Obscure is something I have a weird relationship at this point, like, with that. Because Weird and Obscure Volume 13, the most recent volume, is the worst performing mainline video I've ever posted, even after all this time. And I feel like what I had come to the realization of with it was two things. One, we're so high in volumes that it feels inaccessible. People will naturally feel like they had to watch the previous episodes when they didn't, but they won't know that, so they're just not going to watch it because there's so much context for them to get through. But the other thing I realized was it just, people didn't really care about it anymore, and I didn't care about it anymore. Like, making Weird and Obscure Stuff 13, I ultimately, like, reflected on it, and it was just kind of a hollow experience. There was very little creative expression or experimentation involved in making it. Weird and Obscure Stuff was so formulaic that it just, I felt like everyone had checked out of it at that point. And so, from that moment forward, I was like, okay, I'm shelving this series. It's not gone forever. I will probably bring it back eventually, but I want to make stuff that's different from this. As much as I owe to Weird and Obscure Stuff, I feel like I'm at the point where I just don't want to do only that anymore. Because there was a point where, like, it felt like it was all I was doing. Like, I do, like, 3 of them in a row, and then one different video. And I don't think they're bad videos, necessarily. I just felt like I had lost the passion to do them, and my community had lost the passion for, you know, engaging with them. And so I was like, I feel like I need to go back to the drawing board on, doing something more unique. You're repeating the same formula over and over. Yeah, like the Weird and Obscure stuff was a unique series. It's funny because other YouTubers have stolen things from it relatively regularly, but I say that with huge air quotes, right? Like, it's in the game. You're not stealing shit from me unless you're taking my footage or my voiceover, right? There's one example that many people here probably know about, but, we're not going to name them. Unless someone gets it right, then maybe I'll confirm or deny it. But some other YouTubers have taken stuff from that series and made their own videos out of it, but that doesn't really bother me that much. People get up in arms on my behalf about it, like Kazette, I remember, was raging about it at one point. I'm like, I don't really give a shit, honestly. But I don't know, like, I think it's a good series, but I just don't really want to do it at this point. I want to do things that are more creativity to them, and that have more room to do interesting things. Also, this is the end of the stream. I've just been rambling for like the past 30 minutes or something. But I feel like the potential for it feels wrung out, and I want to go back to it at some point when I feel like I have better ideas. Planet Tileset Oddities guy. I still do want to do that series of Warframe secret rooms. The tricky thing is, dude, there's so fucking many of them. Like, I still sometimes find secret rooms in tile sets from, like, 2014 that I've never seen before. Doesn't feel the same, a break from It Is Good? Yeah. Must compile them. I feel like, because that's the tricky thing. It's like, I'm going to inevitably probably forget one or two and then never hear the end of it. And I want them to be as comprehensive as possible. It's a fun idea, though. I think it'd be a really fun video to make, or fun series of videos to make. It just also would be... I don't know how to do that in a way that would be, like, creatively... I'm sorry, I'm, like, fidgeting with my water bottle. You guys are probably hearing that. I just need to throw this away. I don't know how I would make those in a way that's, like, creatively fun. Because, like, if I just, like, show where all the secret rooms are, like, that's easy, but where's the creative expression in that? And that's something that I feel like I want my channel to keep with. That I've been trying to make a commitment to it ever since, is do things that are more interesting. Most of my videos have had a goal in mind when it comes to experimentation. The Overguard video, I did a lot of experimenting with how I wanted to convey information that was hard to show visually. A lot of the new player video was just me trying to practice messing around with shots in Captura, because that was all I could fucking do with it. Weird status effects too was I experimented with more complex assets in that video. What the fuck was my last video? The passive tier list. That was more of just an endurance test than anything, dude. That shit was difficult to work on because it took fucking forever to make. Honestly. But I want to try and push through improving. That's the goal. I want to make videos with the goal of improving. And I feel like certain ideas are just a dead end on that front. I don't know how to improve when I feel like they'd be better if I removed the me from them, right? Like, there's an element of creativity that certain things are easier to digest without, and then there's just no soul in making it anymore. How's the horse? I mean, he's still here.
Yeah, hi.
Stockholm Syndrome, you could certainly put it that way. I don't know. The next video... What time is it? 5:19? Fuck, you guys... I can just upload it now, actually. It's already been uploaded. I just have to unlist it. You guys just want to... Who here has 42 minutes to watch the next video?
Let's go.
I can just unlist it right now. I don't give a shit. It's technically been a day since the members got to watch it. Let me go to my YouTube studio. I already watched it. There are some differences in the final version, but... we make weird things strong. I'll say this, Fanged Wisp. There is another one coming up. I'm sorry, Soft Napkin, if you didn't see it. I delisted one of them because it had it had some major problems I had to change. So you might not have seen. There should have been a follow-up community post about that. It's not a huge deal. So, sorry about that, though. But with the weird thing strong, that I'm going to do making summons overpowered in the future, which will be about, like, syndicate operatives and specters and that kind of thing. So don't worry, that's going to probably be, hopefully before the end of the year, that video will be coming out. It's either going to be my next one or the one after, depending on what I end up prioritizing. But that's a video I really do want to do. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So we'll go with that. I also just want to say that for reference, for how good that strategy can be, and it's not entirely a meaningless combination. I don't remember why I even did it like that, but I mean, yeah, I guess there's that. But for reference as to how strong this can be, I can't remember who I was playing at the time, but I was playing a frame that could buff allies, and I shit you not, in EDA, Call was soloing Necromex. He was that strong. So we do cook some funny shit when you start to give buffs to that. Similar to the Void turret video, kind of. If you like staring at sheets of paper where I explain things, that'll be in the next video. The Void Armageddon video, I've said many a time with this. I like it, but nobody really watched it in terms of, like, compared to other videos I was making at the time. But I'll always have a special place in my heart for that video, because it was a lot of fun to make. Is this a Spike the Spartan stream? I forgot to mod you, Allie. Hold on. There we go. Thank you for coming back. I forgot. Anyways, here we'll just go ahead and, you know what, we can premiere. You guys want to premiere it? We'll do that. We'll do that. 5:22. Okay, we'll schedule this for today at 5:30. So this will be in like 5 minutes. Set as premiere. Okay, there we go. I did not mean to hit that. Okay, let me double check this and make sure it's actually working, because YouTube is finicky about this. View channel. Okay, yeah, the premiere... Oh, it's funny, the premiere showed that I've already partially watched it, which is technically true. Okay, well, if any of you want to see that video and you have 42 minutes to kill, that'll be live in like 5 minutes. But thank you all for showing up for this relatively inconsequential stream that has nothing to do with Warframe and is more or less just be ranting about shit nobody cares about for 2 hours. But thank you all for stopping by. That video is going to go live in about 5 minutes, so if you got the time to spare, feel free to give it a watch. Pet Nitro before you leave. He lives very far away. It's pretty difficult. If not, how do you air teleport Call there? They'll probably just not let air support work, honestly. Virtual pet him? Okay, well, I'll get around to that then. But I'll go ahead and cut it here. I'm going to try to do a normal Sunday stream again, but that just kind of depends. That's true, actually. But it entirely depends on, like, if I'm feeling it, I guess. Because I might just get to work on the next video, just, like, straight away. Try and keep the momentum rolling. It just entirely depends. A lot of something you kind of find out when you do stuff like this is if you're having a shit, time in your life, working on stuff is a good way most of the time to just kind of ignore it. Or at least, how do I put this? There are things out of your control that sometimes all you can really do is worry about, so it's best to just ignore them. And this video especially has been an outlet for that for me. And so it's like, fuck it, I can just keep the ball rolling if I've got too much shit to worry about. So I guess we'll see with other videos in the near future. I'll get out stuff, I guess, whenever it's ready. That's kind of how I've always been, right? Stuff comes out whenever it's finished. I'm sorry for all of my YouTube members that they pay me $5 a month for no guarantee that I post fucking anything ever. But I'll try and get out those at least those 2 videos I mentioned, the Pets 2.0 and Summons Overpowered ones. Those are going to be before the end of the year. That's the main goal, is before the end of the year for sure. Beyond that, though, new videos premiere is up. Feel free to go watch it if you've got the time to. If not, it's not like it's fucking going anywhere. So feel free to give that a watch if you like. Otherwise, I don't know. Discord's in the description. VOD playlist is in the description for old VODs. Maybe I'll private this one just for the fuck of it. Maybe I'll leave it unlisted. I don't know. I think Rose's channel should be in the description. If not, it is on other videos. If you ever want to check out her art, she does all the art stuff for the channel as well. But yeah, I don't really have much more to say, so feel free to watch the video when it goes live in a couple minutes. 50,000 subs and I'll do the maid outfit stream for real, and I'll see ya.